streets when I speak. I don't pop perks, but I make hoes pop pussy. Gas ain't gon' eat, but 100 grand on me. Oh yeah. Push start no key. Bet you can't do it like P. You can't do it like this. Nah, top notch nigga make hits. Oh yeah. Looking like a one man band.
Do you want to double check this one?
No, I believe.
I believe it's nuts.
We're really back, huh?
Okay. Back to your actual High Codes, Hazy Thoughts favorite podcast in the
Word.
How about that? Yeah. There's some things we need to get out the way before we get to more important issues. Free Palestine.
My homie saying free Palestine.
Before we get there, most important, I don't know. See, I hate to say most important, but more importantly is I seen that people just been dropping the swag, and this shit is crazy, bro. Like the high thoughts, someone has to stop that. Like I normally would not say anything.
Oh, but you're getting straight to it.
Get straight to it, bro.
I forgot about those guys.
That's what I'm saying. I did too. Shit been on my mind, bro. We've been away for a few months, and you know.
Only 2. Like, what are you guys doing?
Months, you know, like
why would they do that?
That's why. Listen, and my thing is that you know what? I honestly didn't have no problem. I was like, oh, let me tell you why. I had no problem at first, because you know. No idea is an original idea. Every idea or thought is perceived or has come from something else. So who am I to be like, something thoughts? That's not. No. But then I saw high thoughts. And then I said, come on. Then I said, what the fuck are we doing here? And then what actually really was like, all right, this is too much. That's when I saw the topic of discussion. Niggas was talking about gay son or...
I don't know.
Or somebody with a strap. Or would you rather have a gay son or your son be running the streets with a strap? And that's when I had enough. That's when I threw my hands up in the air at my phone and said, I have to say something. Because there's no fucking way that is being associated with thought. No. Keep that far away or far away. Like, listen, if they wanted to talk about anything else, I'd be like, all right, you know what, hey, do your thing. But once I heard that was the subject matter, I said, nah, something has to be said. So go find something else. Go be high machinery, something thoughts, but the high thoughts has to, please, for everybody, for you, for us, stop it. Immediately.
My man said.
Nah, cause that shit was crazy, bro.
I know, I sent it to the chat.
You know, and I normally don't even care about shit. Like, I just be like, whatever. But like, once I saw the subject matter.
But nobody can't, like, that's okay. When I first sent this to the chat, nobody said nothing for like.
I think I brought it back.
A couple hours, yeah.
I think I brought it back.
We talked about something totally different. We like 2-3 different
I was like, what the fuck?
And then this nigga Omatic was like, hold on.
What
no. I just explained my whole spiel. No original thought or who are we? You know, everybody.
But I actually watched the clip though.
I saw that, and that's what I'm saying. At first I didn't watch the clip, and then I said no.
Cause my thing was more so the clip. I didn't really pay attention to the name at first until I sent it, and I was like, hold on, let me go back to this page.
Once again, I'm like, bro, is this 2011 Twitter? Like, do you not have any better talking points than gay son or your son be in the streets? Do you know it's like endless gay niggas who are probably out here with straps? Like what? How did you think that was a?
There's some thorough gays out here. You ever been to a go-go? Never heard of the check it?
Like I just don't know how you thought that was like the gotcha. Like that's gonna hit them over the head. Like, it was still talking about gay cousins like that. Like, I thought
he was talking about the trannies or something. He was like, someone be looking good or some shit like that. That was one of the clips I seen too. But nonetheless, keep all of that away from those two words. You know what I'm saying?
I just needed to get that off my chest. Because that's been on my...
And we're not saying y'all can't do what y'all do. Just that we don't want to be confused with none of this.
Listen.
That's more so our talking point.
Once again, who are we to tell anybody to do anything?
Yeah.
Just please keep that over there.
With a different name.
Keep that over there. Like, and that's the thing. Once you put the high in the thought, come on, like, stop it, slime. Like this, like something's have to, like, No, something has to give, and that has to give. That's nasty work.
Charles came back.
I'm glad that bothered you. I literally forgot all about that.
No, that was on my mind. I was thinking about that. Once again,
I forgot about that.
once I saw the comment, I was like, no way these guys are like, this is, no, don't put this on our name.
Right.
Leave us out of it.
On Lost Internet?
Like, please, we want nothing to do with that. We don't want no problem. We don't want no beef. Keep to yourself. I will stay over here. Amen. God bless.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, so 2 months. We've been kind of doing some things. I had a baby. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, baby Charlie. She's a beautiful girl.
I would have kept her down here, but nah. Follow the Instagram. She'll be on there from time to time. That's where you can catch her. Fatherhood's chill. I think O'Bannon said he had some questions, so he's gonna ask me some things.
Nah, I was just gonna welcome you to the fatherhood. That's all. Welcome, buddy.
Welcome.
It's good.
The sleepless nights.
I be sleeping.
I can't lie, I was asleep too. So shout out to the mothers, but welcome, buddy. That's all I got.
Change diapers, wake up, hold the baby when the mother needs to talk. It's really not that, It's just but so much you can do as a man. So just be helpful. Men should be helpful.
And thoughtful.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect way. Men should be helpful and thoughtful when women are pregnant and while in the very first postpartum months, days, time period, and just overall help out.
So postpartum, as a nigga with no kids, postpartum is a period after childbirth.
Yes, my wife has been very adamant about that. That postpartum is literally the period after having the baby.
Understood.
So postpartum depression is a whole different.
Yeah, that's a symptom.
Yes.
Or a syndrome.
To think.
Yeah, there we go.
Not like.
Not everyone goes
happens to
through
different
it.
people with
Okay.
But she has been very adamant that like postpartum is the after pregnancy process.
And how long does that usually last?
Like
Situations are situational.
Because they go for their checkup at 6 weeks, around 6 weeks, and a lot of people like to, but you hear about 6 months later. So I don't.
You hear 18 months later.
I was gonna guess a year.
I mean, situations are situations.
I think, honestly,
it depends on the
once you
situation.
have a baby, I think it's kind of unfair because it's just like you've had the baby, so like of course your whole life has changed. So like, if you are depressed like 12 months later, is it postpartum or is it like, yes, I have a baby now? That my life, the life that I once had is no longer here, and because of that, yeah, I don't know what, so I just think it's everyone has different, like I said, bags, but everyone got different shit that triggers and moves them. It's funny, like when they be asking you a bunch of questions on the questionnaire.
And it's never asked to the man. I've said this years ago.
And all the questions in the questionnaire are basically about like,
yes, Dad.
Is the baby doing this, the baby doing that, and then it comes to the mother, and it's like all about her mental, like, are you thinking about harming yourself? Are you thinking about harming the child? Have you had happy thoughts? Has it been like hard? And one day we were laughing about the questions because, the two of us were sitting on the couch, we talking about it.
Two serious cats.
Very serious. And she's like, oh, like, what if I really was? And I was like, damn, I don't know. What if you really were? Like, that would be, she was like, yeah, damn, that's crazy. And then made me think about like not having help is a bitch. Like I think people underestimate how hard like child raising is just in general, but without help, I think it ratchets it up to the nth degree. So my heart and my prayers go to everyone who does that shit without help. Like you are a superstar and words cannot describe, because child raising is hard. And to do it by your lonesome or like exclusively by yourself, Shout out to y'all.
Big up.
Shout out to those who that is their reality. I would hate for that to be mine, but shout out to you.
We were talking down here, and you were speaking to the about your anxiety and stuff like that. How is that going these days? I'm talking to you.
I feel as though I went to the not the last time I had a physical, like the time before that, so maybe like 2 years ago. I actually asked about the anxiety thing, about like feeling it, knowing when it like arises, and it was just my primary care doctor. And she was like, do you see signs? I'm like, yeah, this type of thing. She was like, all right, like here's like, she gave me some literature to read. Like she told me to like look at some stuff. I read it. I was like,
gave your ass some pamphlets.
No, I kind of read it. I was like, this kind of does make sense. Like what this shit is telling me, what I'm feeling. Like it makes sense.
Nah, here's how you said literature.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you told me to like read this thing.
No, I'm already sure. I'm sure. You're not even go to the doctor. It's on this motherfucking pamphlets because it is.
That's what you said. I was like, that's funny. But now, what I think about my anxiety now is that I think my anxiety is only about her. When I say her, the child, like I be like the first week I was worried, like, is she breathing? Like I just be staring. Like,
I remember you told me that.
Just be staring. Is she breathing?
It's not gonna stop.
Is she breathing? No, like now, like I still worry if she's breathing, but like I can see her, like like the first week I was like literally staring at her chest, like is it moving up and down?
Her being 2 months,
like,
it's just like you.
It's like her body's she's bigger now, so like things about
It's
it.
not gonna stop.
Things about it.
I believe that.
I'm napping with Elle today. She's like sprawled out,
Bro.
neck over here. I'm just like, hold on. I just put my hand on the chest, feel the heart. I'm like, all right, we good. You know what I'm saying? Bro, there's no chest movement going on. I'm just like, hold on, let me just touch the chest with you. I was like, all right, bro, you got it. 2, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, okay. Grab, jiggle the toes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see a little movement.
Yeah, just
still here.
Still motherfuckers gonna roll over.
Honestly, that's what I don't need. I don't need, like my kid doesn't roll over, so we're good. Like, we leave the child there. Child can barely move his head. So we're in a good stage right now.
Hey, chill off her.
But when that's what I'm saying. Like I don't need that stress in my life. I don't need people rolling. Like we was at the doctor, she's like, she's gonna start rolling. So I was like, ooh, how about she don't? Well, she don't. Let me say she did.
Charles, how about you just chill until you walk?
Yeah, I told her mother that the other day. I was like, yo, I just need her to chill until she can actually be useful. Like, at this point, she ain't useful. Like,
What do you mean by useful?
you got legs, right?
Yeah, okay.
You use them.
Nigga said, I'm tired of holding it.
Oh, you're damn right. And she do this thing where she only cry when she's like, all right, get your ass up. It's like, all right, come on, man.
Caitlin did say that.
Like, stop it.
She was like, she just want to be held.
I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I can't sit down and watch this now. Okay.
Someone said that too. She was like, she want to be held instead standing up and
I was
held.
like, I respect that because it's your life, not mine. But think about me sometimes. Obviously not happening. But
Yeah, that's not. I was gonna say I don't know. That's not happening right now. But then again, it might not ever.
shout out to her. She's a bundle of joy.
Beautiful baby.
She's fun.
I'm on my body.
Outside of spitting up, she shitted off me one time. Not shitted always, but like shitted through the diaper and it ended up on my shorts.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
She felt relieved.
Outside of the few of those, she's good vibes. It could be worse.
Nigga said she's good vibes.
I tell people.
It's like the 5th time
People
I've
be laughing.
heard you say
People
that.
be laughing like, I'm like, no, she's good vibes. Like,
Some babies be bad
some
vibes.
babies be bad vibes. Like, she cried when she cried. Like, after her, I actually timed it one time. So one time, it was like the first 2 weeks. I was like, yo, I can't do this. We need to put her in the car. So I put her in the car seat. And I drove around. I was like, let me just see. Nah, she was going crazy like 5 minutes. I was like, nah, this is ridiculous. Like, how you keep this up for 5 minutes? And then I realized that it wasn't really 5 minutes. I was just tripping, that like the crying, just the noise, just. I was like, oh yeah, this should make people go crazy. I was like, I don't know how people have more than one of these things. like how you got more than what?
More than one of these things is nuts.
That's crazy. Especially when they're both under 2. I've been looking at my coworkers. I got multiple coworkers that have multiple kids. Like my man Tim got a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, 2 girls. I said, how? I said, like how? He's like the second one. He said when people asked about having another kid, he said the second one was not to divorce. We would not be happy. You know, he said it facetiously, but like I believe it, bro. Like what kid is hard enough? Now you got 2, and they about to tag team all you together. Nah, that's crazy.
And both girls.
Nah, bro, that's too gangster.
Yeah.
Too gangster. Like,
it's like, bro, y'all gonna, first of all, the first 2 years, y'all might hate each other. But after that, it's just like, y'all probably gonna be the best of friends.
The other day. I was trying to drive my baby.
It was like, hold on, I was the only girl in the ism. What is this?
That was wild.
She tried to drive my baby. I was like, whoa, hell, calm down, bro. Like, relax. She just been here. She just got here. Like, let her see some things. Let her see some things first, man.
She was just trying to feed Elle, bro. But like non-stop. It was just like, boom, take it out, boom, take it out. Bro, just what kept going for her, bro. I was like, Elle, slow down, shorty.
She was gangster.
She also was petting her.
That was funny. He was like
with the straight face looking away and shit. Like, what?
Like, what is this?
Elle not used to being the non-youngest, I guess, in the room, you know.
She was like, what is this? She was like...
That's what I'm saying. She was the only girl around us for forever.
Mm-hmm. She the
only girl in your house, Jack, like, other than the grandparents and aunties.
That's all the house is.
Literally.
Exactly.
He the only nigga.
Me and J9, that's it.
Me and J9.
Niggas are viciously outnumbered.
Outnumbered for sure.
Outnumbered for sure. But yeah, so the
Charles
kids
is also outnumbered.
The kids things is a vibe.
Be like that, man.
They're fun.
I'm viciously outnumbered at my house.
They're mad expensive too, man. Don't be like y'all
spending bread already?
No, I've just been looking at these because so for some reason, see, I'm mad. I just take I take my time with shit. I'm just like, it's not that serious. Life. I'm like, yo, if it's happening in life, let's be serious. Like, it's happening, right? The child is born, right? Let's just go on.
All right. Let's have that.
You know, I respect it. I'd be like, let's just take this. This is happening. So why we taking this so serious? And I say that to say like, her social security card. It didn't come in like till like 2, 3, 4, like whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Now I'm thinking that like my insurance people would understand that like I don't have the social security number, so I can't give them. So how can, bro? They started sending me like bills for her shit. Nah, bro.
For the hospital shit.
Them niggas is going crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I saw one joint, $48K for the actual pregnancy. That was for her. So I was like, okay, that makes okay, I get it. Like, surgery, that's surgery. Mm-hmm. Understandable. True, understandable.
They just have to run the operating room.
My kid had some shit that we went to like see a specialist. That shit said $1,500. I said, what? I said, y'all told me to go take the child here. I didn't.
It'd be some quick shit too.
Y'all told me to take it. Y'all said we need to go see, the child needs to go be seen here. And it's $1,500. I was like, all right, whatever. So apparently it was in like the first 30 days, so it was still good. I called them, they were like, oh, we got you. All right, so fine. That goes down to like a reasonable price after. Bro, we go back for a few checkups, they like, oh, she's not on the insurance yet. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm a social, like, they're like, oh, well, don't worry, They're like, when you get it, just make sure you put it on, I'm like, cool. Sounds like something that'll work for me.
Very reasonable.
Nigga got a bill.
Very reasonable. So I got a bill. And the bill was like...
Been there, James?
Actually.
The bill was like $10. So I'm like, oh, $10.
That's chill.
Just pay it. I get another bill. This bill's like $110. I'm like, what the fuck this?
Nigga sending payments in increments?
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, whatever. So I called the people up there like,
Little
oh
layaway
yeah, that $10 was like some other stuff that was part of it, but it was like it was already included in your insurance because of the first couple. I'm like, yeah, so I thought it was like, yeah, you shouldn't even have paid that. That other one that was like $100. Yeah, that was actually a new. I'm like, what? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, all right, man. Then I'm gonna call my insurance people.
You involved in a Ponzi scheme, Trav?
Sounds like it. I was like,
Hey, we need some more money.
I'm gonna call my people. So I called the people. They're like, oh yeah, she's not on your insurance. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we don't have your social. I'm like, I don't have a social. They're like, oh, well, once you get the social, send it. We'll put her and we'll backtrack and we'll pay. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we had like 2 or 3. We had like maybe 1 or 2 other appointments in between this. Just know I go. These niggas charged me $250 to give her some shots. Like literally, they charged me $250 to give her 2 shots. I was there. Sat there in the room.
Nigga said I was there.
They gave her 2 shots.
I'm happy you were there.
Shit was $250. Like that's ridiculous. So I ended up paying like $4, rounding up, in 2 doctor's visits for literally like 4 shots in to get weighed. Shit's ridiculous, bro.
Could have been at home.
Like if you don't got insurance, if you ain't got insurance, man, be careful. Use a Jimmy, cause this shit is crazy. That shit was expensive. I was like, that's all I was like, damn, like, what if you ain't had the bread, or like, what if you ain't like, what happens then? Like, your baby just go short. Like, I've been thinking about that shit a lot. Like, that shit is fucked up, bro.
There's certain health bills gonna go on your credit score, so or your credit rating, so that ain't be true. Some people say that.
I hope so, cause this shit is like, yo, go ahead, like, it's like I bet like you have a baby, like you like something happens, your baby, and now you down like a couple $5-10 grand, cause your baby.
That's generous, $5 or $10 grand.
I'm just talking about like if something goes wrong, like if you have.
No, that's why I said that's generous.
Man,
$5
you
or $10
know,
grand.
like yo.
Cause I feel like a lot of times with babies, especially newborns, you might have to go see like a specialist or some
Something,
wild shit.
like stay under the lights, do this, do that. I'm like, yo, this is a wicked country, and then you try to tell people they can't have abortions. Y'all crazy. If anything happened to baby be more team abortion than ever before. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's like, bro, if you don't want that, don't do that. If you don't want that, do not do that. Like, do not do that. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, Joyce cute and all, but don't do that.
Joyce cute and all.
Bro,
is it a purse?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The joint, not a purse. Ain't no give back. Bro, the first night we slept, like, by ourselves, after we were like, it was a 2G wedding in the hotel, we was like, oh my God, this was sleepless. I was like, come on, we sized it. And then we came back, we was like, nah, we was sized it. That shit was real sleep, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro, don't do it. Like, it's gonna be good. You're gonna be like, oh, it's fun, but they gonna be like, bro,
I'm in no rush.
I can't sleep. Just in your ear.
Just in your ear.
Luckily, we breast milk, so it's like, bro. I the first couple of weeks we was like doing like a little bit more formula than breast milk. Now we're like almost like at like 90 shoot. I'm like, wow, you just pump it like a fucking cow. But like, you know, we was doing a little bit more breast milk. I mean, formula, and I was looking at the. I'm like, bro, it's some people who not doing breast milk and just is paying for this.
Yeah.
Straight. I was like, Jesus Christ. It was like, I started speaking in tweet. I was like, yeah, it's some crystal meat. She was crazy, bro. She had me, I was like, oh my God.
This nigga Charles started thinking about life different.
Bro!
This nigga said, I'm breathing different.
I'm breathing different. My pockets feel different, bro. This shit is like,
I'm supposed to be putting this on the leg.
Come on, man. Like,
Hear me.
Listen.
Fucking up my winnings.
Man, every win down, like, oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? But
Talking to the gods, praying to them. Shit's crazy. Nah, man, but kids are cool. Just make sure those is good vibes. I think if you have decent vibes with whoever you have a child with, the baby should have pretty decent vibes. I think that's my running theory.
that's good, man.
Maybe she had good vibes.
Do we have an opposition?
I don't know. Like what?
I think that's you like to regret. Would you have opposition? It's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. It's hilarious. But honestly, truly.
Yeah.
The vibes were off. The vibes were not off. And if the vibes are off between, like, here's the thing. I think there's.
You mean like when like doing creation of baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember we had the girl, Shawty here?
Not the after.
No, remember we had Shawty here and she was like, what was her name? Oh, she sat on this couch.
Let's not say too many names.
She sat on this couch. We did the episode with her.
Oh, Tierra?
No.
Oh, dang.
From Lake Arbor. She lived in the towers. Oh my God, she had a light-skinned skinny Shawty.
Yeah.
Thank you. And she was talking about
Bria.
and she was talking about how like her and her baby father like they weren't vibing each other when they actually had the baby. And I was just like, isn't that kind of wild?
Can y'all relax?
To not be in love when you're making the baby? And she was like, I'm not saying that.
Can I get one of those two, please?
Niggas just gonna act like that. I'm not speaking.
No, we're vibing with you. We're vibing with you.
I was trying to get them.
No.
I was fucking with you.
Certain guys gotta relax, bro.
Nobody's serious.
My point
The
remains.
rankings are different in this chest.
Nigga said, oh.
After he said another name, we're not even going to even acknowledge that part. But
That's why I didn't try to.
alright.
You be, bro.
Yeah, it's that. But my point is, when she
Welcome
said
back.
that, I was like, that's kind of crazy, right? Like for there not to be love, at least in the creation.
Yeah, if I'm a name, you gotta be some love there.
That's what. All I'm saying is this.
I can't agree.
You said what?
Can't agree.
That's crazy.
Hey.
That's crazy.
As a nigga would too, you're vicious.
Can't agree. You know what I mean? Speaking my truth, you know what I mean?
Welcome back.
Here's the thing about adulthood. Things between adults will always be between adults. So I would never be like, oh,
You ain't never say you love.
calm down.
My bad.
I was about to answer that was crazy, but
I've never thought that the issues between
Walk with me.
No, I've never thought the issues between adults should
I'm vibing with y'all.
should reflect to children. So adults can go through things and not fuck with each other. And that be it.
Yeah, people gotta be adults.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a real thing. But you trying to tell me in conceiving this child there was no love here? Come on.
Is that what you're saying?
Like, come on.
I don't agree.
Like, come on. That's why your child got bad vibes. Your child don't want to be
We
here.
have opposition.
Child does not want to be here.
My child has bad vibes.
Your child don't got bad vibes. Your child don't got bad vibes. I'm just telling you what I believe the vibes. Like, there needs to be some love. Like, what did Jay-Z say? Made love on the day we made.
I don't be around enough L to say she got bad vibes.
It's absolutely not bad vibes.
She's asking. I don't think anyone thinks their kid is bad vibes.
And then
Like,
J9's definitely not bad vibes.
And I'll be turned.
You see how he didn't say he was a bad vibes?
It's not bad vibes.
See? That was
You
better.
do be turned though.
You do be turned up. You guys are fool. My point is
Oh, good man, that's my man.
that you can tell when the love is there. Make sure
Both your kids are definitely
Make sure the love is there. Like I said, the love doesn't have to stay there. The love needs to be there.
Love's never there.
You could. That's what I'm saying. Niggas can say what they want. Niggas. This is the thing. Niggas be loving.
I love you.
Exactly. Niggas be loving, doing all types of wild shit in private, and then
That's not love.
what do you mean?
That's not love.
See, that's my thing.
What are you talking about?
See, that's why I hate
I
niggas.
didn't do anything in private, bro.
That's why I hate niggas.
I'm living my truth right now. Nothing was done in private. If you want to talk about other cats,
I don't want this to be.
if you want to talk about other
I don't want this
cats,
to be your truth. I don't
all right then. If you want to talk about other cats, I'm just saying I don't agree with you. Yeah, you know.
Cat.
I can't speak for other cats, but I can speak for
Niggas
me.
be loving the vibes, be all in, be feeling the whole situation, and then shit go around and there was never no love.
Just because you like the sit show don't mean you in love, though.
Bro, You're in love with the situation.
Maybe you just like the situation.
No. See,
You can't like the situation. What the fuck?
Niggas are always trying.
Niggas like the situation.
Niggas are always trying to lean themselves further away. So it's I didn't love, but I just
heartbroken women.
I just like the situation. You were in love with at the time. You might not have loved her. You might not have confessed and wanted to buy her a wedding ring and do all these things, but when you were doing
like the emotional attraction and commitment wasn't there.
Getting to link with her, getting to pull up on her, you love something about it. Like it wasn't just, I'm just fucking. Because if it was just that, you could do that with mostly.
I'm in that thing
any
once.
woman, you can just pay for it.
Honestly,
That's the thing about it.
honestly, I'm in that thing once. I'm never coming back. If I'm just fucking you. And that thing once done.
You see what I'm saying?
One time is fine with me.
Like you gotta love.
I said too much.
You gotta love something. You gotta love something about.
But if I keep coming,
You gotta love the idea. You gotta love the infatuation. There's something about this situation that you gotta love a little bit.
The comfort.
You gotta love something, just a little bit, just a little bit. Now, once again. Niggas have been in love before, so I don't ever want to sit up here and tell niggas what they deem to be love for them.
I definitely have.
So you might not feel that type of whatever you deem love with. I get that. I'm not denying because love is
simpatico. It's like,
you know,
I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't even know what that word
love
is.
is fluid.
There we go.
Love
it's like water.
What love consists of with
High tide, low tide.
Situations are situations.
you know. So I can't say that because
That's definitely the title of the episode.
Because you didn't express love in a specific way with this person that it wasn't real, or because you expressed it differently with that person that it was. You know, I think that's a easy thing that people like to do and say to make themselves feel better about where they find themselves in any present situation. Oh, this is love. Well, it was love then too.
Roach thing down here.
It was love then too, because you obviously was there. You was obviously feeling it. You was obviously doing it.
Look at all them roaches.
If the thing didn't happen, would you have said it was love? Probably not. You'd be like, oh, it was just a mistake. It was just a this, or it was just a that.
I fucked up.
After the results. Another thing I say, life is a results-based game. After the results, now things change. Now it's
Usually judged on them when you die, though.
but we live in a different society now, different era. So we can do it a little earlier. Mm-hmm. Now it's I did it, or it's a little bit more, it's a little bit less. I don't know, man. I just think that's I think a lot of people, more than they will admit, they be enjoying it when they're doing it. Mm-hmm. When they're in the moment, they be in love. They be vibing.
I want to say in love. Definitely be loving it though.
Okay, you're right. Let's make that distinction.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear distinction. They don't be in love, but they be loving it. They be loving the vibes.
Crazy. Oh yeah, definitely.
They be loving the vibes.
My girl, this thing don't have
And then make the steak face.
I would say enjoying the vibe.
Okay.
I'm not using that L word, bro. That L word is enjoying for sure.
Listen, that's the thing.
I really enjoy these vibes.
Here's the thing. You can
a lot.
You
Enough
can
to
tell.
recreate life.
You can tell. See, it fuck exactly. It fuck exactly.
Nah.
Bro, we too fucking old. Niggas know what happens when you be out here fucking wrong and leaving it in. You know there's a possibility of having.
And to expound on Charlie's point, we way too fucking old to just be leaving it in at any occurrence.
I absolutely have nothing.
I
absolutely have nothing.
But honestly, that's my thing.
Some things don't change. Old habits die hard.
But see, that's the thing. Like, it can't be. That can't be
James.
That can't be a legit thing. Look at that, Schwarber bomb.
Okay, got that on the lane.
I don't.
I do. That can't be a thing.
Charles has that on the parlay, not me, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, no haram for him, just me. But that just can't be what it is. you know, you can't be all in when the shit is good, knowing that there are actual consequences to shit, and then being like, oh, well, nah, that's not what it is. Nigga, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Leaving it in there has consequences of babies.
The whole load.
After doing it once, because see, and bro, here's the thing: niggas be doing it back to back. Every one time you did it one time,
Right.
like I know Drake is lying. I know Drake ain't doing it one time. I know he was out here wilding with the baby,
What
with
you
the baby
talking about?
mama, with his baby mama.
So, okay, I'm gonna confess something.
Oh.
I did not listen to that whole album.
Oh, this is an old bar.
No, this is
I don't even know that part.
oh yeah, this is from his one time. One time.
You
It's
said
like
one time is fine with that jump?
yeah, he was saying that one time, and then oh my, it only took one
Only
time.
met her 2 times. 2 times
I
is
met
what
her
he
2
said.
times.
That's all he said.
Fucking lie. Drake was in that joint going crazy, and then Shorty had a baby. That's kind of how that works.
I don't even find her that attractive. I'm definitely in that jump more than once. She thick as shit.
Once again, like, bro, you niggas be wilding, and then after wilding,
And then she
because
grew up, and then like niggas acting like they didn't see her during prime. Like we was in high school when Shorty was like doing the whole.
I didn't see all that.
yeah, I didn't see all that. He said I missed that stage.
Missed it.
But ultimately, my point is just that,
We
like,
was friends.
niggas
I
be
could've
lying.
got you, yeah.
Show me a link.
Niggas be lying. Niggas is wild. In too deep. I felt that one. That was kind of
Y'all
funny.
going to an R&B party tonight?
In too deep is crazy.
That's a good song.
But
There's some bad bitches.
I think that's a
Fuck
perfect
me for that,
segue.
AP.
You listen to the new Drake?
I haven't.
You listen to the new Drake?
2 songs.
Yeah, listening to
I only listened to it once, and I
Wallahi, I only listen to 2 songs.
don't know if I listened
It's
to.
not even downloaded on my phone.
Yeah, I listened only to it once, and I don't even know if I listened through it all the way through. We was in the car driving, and Shorty played it, and I was just like, "This isn't as bad as the timeline said it was." I was like, I like some of the songs on here. But I like Drake, like so. It's like, all
I
right.
confess the 2 songs I listened to in the chat though.
Yeah, no, you said it. Once again, I just didn't think it was as bad as everyone was like. Yeah, you know, like here's the thing. I hate to say this. This might offend, but like Drake is like a lot of cats I know. Like he's in his 30s. He's a bachelor. Drake has way more money than all the cats I know who have
combined
bread. So like, and some of them be moving very, very much in the same way that Drake be trying to act and
moving like Drake.
No, but I can see it coming. I can see it coming.
You can see it
I can see it coming.
That's crazy.
We're not too far, buddy.
Help me out.
We're two girlfriends away, and like one of them going wrong for that to be the situation. Wow, I'm just saying. Like that's the whole Drake thing is what a dude who has endless girlfriends.
That's why I'm saying
who. He doesn't really know how to commit or whatever, and as he gets older, he's still doing.
He seems like he has no emotional intelligence though.
You see, that's the type of stuff people say. But like, if we're judging all of this just strictly off of the music, I don't see how you could think that because it's been pretty consistent throughout.
I mean, like communicating to an audience and then communicating to the person that you're dealing with,
fine.
2 different things.
That's fine, but we only have the music as
Touche.
our medium to decide how we're seeing these things.
I just want to let you know I'm in agreement.
No, I'm just
on
saying.
the other side of the fence on argument purposes right now.
I get it, but just for me, like as I've listened to Drake, someone who's been listening to Drake since
nigga, you're an avid Drake.
comeback season, it's like people are like, oh, we want him to mature. I'm like, yo, the dude is like, yo, once I get this money, it's about to be fuck all y'all. Mm-hmm. And like
That's
literally
one thing
since
he definitely been saying.
like 2011, he's pretty much been like, no new friends. Not like all the girls from like I know about girls from Peachtree. Why do I know about these? Because Drake has been very clear that like, yo,
a lot of strippers.
bro, like why? Literally, he'd be like, he got a bar talking about why, like we fight on why you still in love with the stripper shit. Like he's been very clear that like, yo, I have a problem with commitment. That's
tough.
not really my thing.
Y'all seen them?
I want you to want me.
You seen a couple of them?
Which one?
A couple of the Jones he named in them songs.
Oh, nice.
On the little Uns album, he had that one.
Hey yo,
he had that one song, and all the girls was in that joint.
Oh,
like
yeah, that
Penelope.
joint.
yeah.
Bro, listen,
Nigga Charles is crazy.
The
Because that's
nigga-
the one I was definitely thinking about.
bro, the nigga Drake had made it very clear, and that's why I'm very confused. People are like, oh, he hasn't matured. I'm like, mature from what? The man was like, yo, I buy all these purses for these women, and I leave them in my closet, and then one day, like
I'm going to gift them to this woman.
I'm gonna give it to he's told y'all what the
This nigga
vibes
has
are.
a Birkin collection.
The nigga has told you what the vibes are already. That like,
I'm never gonna do that. Don't think I'm 2 girlfriends away from buying a Birkin collection.
nigga, if I gave you $400 million tomorrow, I bet you the Birkin collection.
A Birkin collection.
Yeah, all right. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
personally-
The way niggas be lying about the love, y'all niggas lying. Come on, man.
Lied about the
First of all, me personally, I don't like the way that bag look.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the
I don't like the
burger.
way that
Yeah.
bag look.
But who am
Excuse
I?
me, you're not gonna get him a burger. You're gonna go get him whatever fucking nice, expensive. Like, you know what the fucking. Thank you, Shirley.
She could definitely get crazy. I like cars, so yeah, you could definitely get a couple cars off.
See what I'm saying? Y'all niggas not serious, man.
400 bags. Hey Charles, I just said bags, nigga. Hey,
Y'all niggas not serious. Y'all niggas not serious. And I have no problem with it.
a couple girlfriends away. This
A
crazy.
couple girls. Listen, Drake.
Shit,
As I
honestly,
said,
nigga, shit, give me a couple checks, nigga. I might be there tomorrow.
you see? I'm about to say, you see? You see? You see? Cats know how they really feel.
See?
I'm shocked. Listen.
No, I'm just throwing shit. But no, seriously. Yeah.
No, but like I said, I don't know how you can listen to Drake over the past decade plus and be like, I'm looking for something past what you
he's
currently
already
are
giving
getting
me.
Like,
What he's already giving.
I
me,
just
and
want
then
him to
what he's
rap.
currently giving me.
It's just like, bro, just give it up.
you know what? Here's my
Just
I've
not
been
gonna.
saying that for like
Here's my-
7 years.
Just got to give it up, bro.
here's my one critical
He said he about to lock
maybe
the joint though. He said he about to
analysis
lock this too. for like a year.
analysis of the whole Drake situation. If you had to put a percentage of which of the demographic male to female Drake's fan base, what would you put it at? Male, female percentage.
60-40
Which way?
I'm saying male, female.
female.
So female 60-40. What would you say?
I think 60-40 male.
60-40 male? What would you say?
I think it's definitely more male, but I think it was probably like a 53, 54-ish.
And I'm with you. It's a
What? 53, 54?
53,
57, 53,
54.
47. 53, 47.
But I'm saying
52,
53.
48.
No, he was
Yeah.
talking about the
53, 47, 54, 46. It's in that range.
That's
to
and
me.
I'm with you. I think it is that way because I think that's
Niggas
the
be going
issue.
hard for the Drake, bro.
And I think that's the issue. He
I
has
just rounded.
way more female because that 48% is very high. That's the point I'm trying to get at. That like,
I just made it an even 60-40. Y'all
No,
just made it a precise number.
but I'm saying if we go J. Cole, he's in the Drake, so I don't think he's a good example. I don't think Young Nudie. I think it's like 85-15, male, female. Like, he got female fans for sure. I don't think it's cracking like 25. 25 would be high. Like his shit is like
I know a lot of females that listen to Nudie though.
I bet you do. You know a lot of females that listen to Nudie. And I don't deny
and they're
that.
part of that 15.
I don't deny that at all.
We know them though, so that's
Once
another
again,
thing.
I know some of those girls on the timeline.
Yeah.
And some of those girls have also
Yeah.
yes with you. So that it makes sense. Like your type of girl,
Why you talking so
your
much?
type of girl likes Nudie. Like I get that.
Or
I
maybe
get
they
that.
like me and then they like Nudie.
However you wanna do
There you go.
the
Get your shit off,
the
man.
reasoning, it works.
Get your
But
shit off, man.
the connection is
Yeah, you know what I'm
Nudie,
saying?
you girl.
You gotta upgrade their taste palette sometimes.
There we go. That's fine. The general consensus woman,
Does
I don't
not
think
like
it's
Young Nudie.
like
No.
Nudie. The general consensus woman, I think, would like Drake, would like J. Cole,
Yeah.
would like Future. Like Future is probably
Future is the one.
Future is the weird Young Thug. These are the guys who are like you would assume, but no, they have way more female fans
Fuck
than
yeah.
probably the average rapper. But for the most part,
Shit,
Drake,
Rod Wave. I
Rod
don't even
Wave.
listen to that nigga.
that's a great one.
I do not listen to that
These
nigga.
are outliers. Most
But
of these niggas,
He has a lot of female fans.
most of these niggas is 25% less. Female is bro. I went to the Griselda
I'm about to
concert.
say you're Griselda back.
I went to the Griselda concert.
Ain't no girls.
My
listening to
nigga.
niggas.
Every girl that was holding her man's hand, and like the 4 girls who weren't in there, who were holding another man's hand, they had ulterior motives. Like they had an agenda. I'm gonna give maybe like,
You know who else has a lot of female fans? Key.
Yeah, but once again, he's
Fat Man Key.
he's more in a unique style. I would consider him more of like the performer, the artist, the this, the that, than just like, hey, I make this trap music, or I'm this trap rapper, or I'm this, like those type of guys. Yeah, of course they could, because they're blending genres and things like that. Your Noriegas of the, like, yes, there's some. Shannon will be like, I like Noriega. I'm not talking about you. The hip hop. Once again, Method Man fans ain't because the female fans ain't because he rap.
Not at all.
So like that's my point. Like the rapping people, and that's for all the Drake shit. It's still about the music with him. Like no matter what you think about Drake, people still be talking about his music.
Drake remind me of like that nigga. They're like, oh, he's so cute. Like the females, like when they see him, like, oh, he's so cute.
But once again,
and that's where it stops.
It's be about the music. It be about is it good? Is it too girly? Is it not for all
niggas still? Honestly, this the real takeaway I got from the Drake album.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his male fans are upset that they still have not gotten a rap album. It's two Drake listeners and Drake fans. I
just don't like.
How y'all feel about that? Not getting 100% rap album yet.
That's what I'm saying. What does that mean?
Nigga, I'm just asking the question. I'm in full agreement.
I'm asking you. What is making a rap album mean in 2023?
I'm in full agreement with y'all.
Like niggas
even Westside Gun said he wasn't about to do the boom bap shit again.
That's my point. What does make it a rap album?
That jump. I fuck with Westside Gun.
Yeah, what does that mean in 2023?
Any type of rap album?
I'm saying, bro, like Lil Uzi joint.
No.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Who you at? It depends on who you ask.
It's Travis Scott shit. Like he be rapping. Just because you rap at this point, just because you're rapping doesn't make it a rap. Like bro, like
asking one of them kids who's at Yardfest, they would say yeah.
Niggas won 1996. Niggas won 1996.
Life want niggas to lose R up, bro.
Uzi's
every
album
track
is a rap album. To you, I'm asking you honestly.
Don't disrespect my musical intelligence.
No, I'm dead ass asking you though. I'm dead ass asking you.
No, it is not.
Okay.
But is the genre populated by me, a 30-year-old?
No.
I'm saying, like that's the point. and that's another thing with Drake, bro. Drake is 37.
Yeah.
I'm 31, and like I be like, oh yeah,
it's kind of getting up there.
Drake, if you are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, what the fuck do you care about what Drake is talking about? Half of the references you don't get. All the money or half of the stories you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Drake. Like, this is the thing about artists. You follow the artists as they go. When I was 16 listening to Comeback Season, I knew about Drake and Degrassi. So him talking about the Acura, doing things on this place, that shit was like, oh shit, look.
Talking about his
why is he talking about that anymore? He's 37.
And shit.
When was the last time Drake ever thought about how much money he has in his bank account? Probably not in almost nearly a decade plus. So why the fuck would he be like?
I can stand release.
He literally talks about the flexing. Like literally,
sure.
Who keeps the lights on the Universal? How many times is he gonna keep telling me that? He's like, I'm like, damn. Do you keep maybe you do keep the lights on at Universal?
I actually looked up what Drake owns in terms of like record labels yesterday, and I'm still trying to do the research into it, but it looks like he owns. The reason I said this is because someone said, apparently Birdman said that Bad
Bunny had signed to OVO.
I was like, what? Nah, no fucking way. So I still haven't done the research to that, but I mean,
no, that OVO deal was OC.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but he owns like Universal Motown, and there's a lot of albums on that. He has something to do with Epic. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a CEO or A&R, a president of this and that on all them joints. Because, bro, how do you think these niggas get paid? These niggas don't get paid off of record sales. They get paid off of
shows, merch.
They get paid off of all the deals. Other shit that business that business people end up doing. Oh, let me.
Their name in the credits.
Let me see how much the rights cost to your album. Like
that's the real money.
That's where these niggas get money. So. I'm sure he's not a stupid cat.
That's why Young Gotti don't rap no more.
Right? He just signing people. Shout out
His artists are
ESTG.
going crazy.
Shout out to Glorilla. Like, bro, he's
Shout out to Doug because he free now.
Oh yeah, he signed him.
4-2 just got out yesterday.
No, Gotti, I thought.
Gotti got Doug.
Because I thought he was
And,
with
Moneybagg
Lil
Yo.
Baby. Yeah.
Moneybagg Yo, all them
He
niggas.
ended up signing with Gotti before he.
Y'all say
ended up getting-
Glorilla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ESTG.
Yeah.
All them, like he got a squad. But nah, I think that was my Drake. My Drake point was I just don't really see the Drake needs to mature when Drake has just been doing Drake things literally since I've been listening to his music. So I don't really see the
My
difference
whole
now.
thing, even when like niggas first started listening to Drake, I was like, bro, this is very mature music. Like I haven't gone through any of this yet. Like,
You know what?
no funny shit.
That might be another thing
No
that
funny
Drake
shit.
just maybe gave us too much early, so that people are like, we want more. Like,
Like go back and honestly listen to Comeback Season and all that shit.
Yeah,
Right?
for
Like
sure.
really listen
So
to
Far
them
Gone?
tracks. Yeah, all that. So Far Gone. And the shit he talking about, I'm like,
he's far more vulnerable about the things going on in his life,
So Far Gone the other day
about
at
his
work, like
about
the
his
whole
insecurities, about the
album. And I
things
was just
that.
like, H&M. I was
That's the
real
thing,
loud.
like. Honestly,
17,
people don't
16
listen
listening to this shit.
listen to the lyrics, so it's not really like this idea of maturity and stuff is just like
I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't really know how much people. It's just like, and it's the funny part is that people will hear a lyric and be like, "Oh my god, he's still talking about this." Is like, well, yes, because at 37, being one of if not the biggest pop star, maybe one of the biggest pop stars in the world, being a bachelor, having all this money. You might just be talking about fucking and running through all the work like that.
He can tell us. He can
That
tell
might
us story.
still actually be part of your life, like that. And I don't know why for some reason everyone's like he like.
Son, if I'm
Elevator rate.
There are some 38-year-olds who are still
a billionaire bachelor
bro.
and a rapper.
Your
what
man
else
Jay
would I
Z
be
was
doing?
37 talking about Beyonce loves work more than him, and he didn't understand why. All tracks, like that's. Honestly, at 23, I would probably love the work more than I did she. So we, it's me and her, because what she prefers over me is work. Like, buddy, you're 37. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Let her work. But I hear nobody in Jay, like niggas let Jay-Z be. Jay-Z.
First of all, high five because you remember the bar.
Bro, I used to listen. Bro, Kingdom Come was one of the first albums I remember like listening to and being like, damn.
He was 37 when Kingdom Come came out.
My nigga, thank you. That nigga was 37.
That's how Legal Youngins feel about Drake.
That's what and ultimately that's the point I'm trying to get at. Nobody was asking Jay-Z.
I was thinking about it. I was like, where's Charles going with this? And
Nobody
then I thought
was-
about it, my point that I made earlier about the Drake shit.
Nobody was asking Jay-Z to be mature. Nobody was.
And
niggas
okay,
was like,
Kingdom
yo.
Come, didn't that shit come out? We was in like 11th, 10th grade. Yeah, 10th grade. I was like, yeah.
Show me what, bro. That was one of the first ones. I was like, oh,
Cause that motherfucker came out when we was in school, and I remember Coach McClure was like, "Hey, I need this Jay-Z album. Somebody need to go buy this joint for me." I was in PE. I'll never
so
forget that.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad, but like, if there's one thing I'm gonna do for the rest of my time, it's not let us rewrite history. Like, we're not about to just sit up here and be like, oh,
They trying hard.
oh, these niggas was so much. No. That's not what happened. Literally, I just recited the Jay-Z lyrics. That's what was going on in 2006. That's what was going on in 2006. I'm being perfectly honest. Beyonce was the hottest thing in the
winter of 2006.
Yeah, and Beyonce was the hottest thing in the world, and your man Jay-Z was just like, oh my God, I don't understand. Why are you leaving the streets?
We might have been in 9th grade.
Yeah, I mean, because American Gangster came out the year after, so
We might have been in 9th.
probably 9, 10, 11, that type of batch.
Shout out to him being persistent. God is girl.
He got his girl. Honestly, that's another thing. I think Drake needs to find his Beyonce. Like,
You've been saying that.
he needs to find his Beyonce. Like, Rihanna's not her. Let it go, buddy.
Just know.
Let it go,
I
buddy.
heard the snippet of that anti thing. I don't like it. Leave that girl alone.
Hold on, he what?
Yeah, he did some anti.
Yeah, he did some wild
auntie.
shit. Yeah.
On the jump?
Sex is he said the sex is mid.
He said Rihanna sex is mid.
He alluded to her. You know, he alluded.
Man's is now hurt.
He definitely alluded to the Rihanna box being mid.
But this is now years after not having the box, though.
That is true. That the way you remember it ain't what it always what it was. That's a great point.
Maybe she ain't unlocked the box for you for real.
Honestly,
It might be you.
that's
Might be
like
me.
that. Honestly,
Maybe
like
you
that.
might be
We
me.
talked about this. Like, do you always give your best work? Sometimes you don't always give your best work. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's a great point.
Yeah, so you ain't about to talk about the queen like that.
Sometimes you don't always give your best work.
I agree.
That goes a podcast, the best podcast.
You see the range?
We're not high thoughts, my nigga. We are high codes, bro. Fuck out of here.
Damn, we have a lot of fun with this. Should we delve into like actual important? No, free Palestine. Like that's
we want to get into it.
All right.
Get into it.
So
I knew it was gonna come up. I just ain't know when.
yeah, no. Here's the thing about this show.
He's ready.
Here's the thing about this show. If you ever watch, you should know that we go from an array of things. Like nothing is actually consistent. We'll start talking about religion, then we'll talk about sports, then we'll talk about music, then we'll talk about relationships.
But it might always tie in together though.
It may. Hopefully there's a common thread, but maybe not. But we'll get there.
More times than not.
More time. He's good. He is right about that. But with that being said, I think it would be remiss is the guys who did a Free Palestine episode, the guys who had a Jewish man sit in New York on the couch and dive deeply about Israel, Jewish customs, things of that nature, history. It'd be remiss if we do not get on here, especially having not been on here for some time, and not talk about what is currently going on.
And we've been screaming Free Palestine
For a while. You can go check the stats, as they say. Like it's there. But like I said, it would be wrong if we didn't actually take time to speak on it. So there's currently a genocide going on. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Like there's an active genocide taking place against the people, Palestinian people.
There's been a genocide going on.
For sure. And that's the thing. It's hard to talk about this in the present without bringing up the past and without alluding to the future.
Right.
Because they're all simultaneously connected. But as the book said, this genocide didn't just start October 7th. Been going on for 75 plus years.
And the 75th anniversary of the Nakba was this year.
And it's a larger thing that it's not complicated. And I think that's one thing I actually wanted to really address. The idea of something being complicated and complex sort of indicates that
it's bullshit.
There's two sides and there's some sort of
it's bullshit.
Equality. That's not what's going on right now.
It's
this
bullshit.
is manifest destiny. And I think we should use terms that people can relate to because that's how people learn about things. So I think if people call this...
because Americans know nothing about occupation.
So I think if you call this manifest destiny, a lot more people might go, I'm familiar with that concept. So what does that mean? Well, the right that God has given you the...
right to take someone's land.
Past the right, but that God has bestowed upon you that
it's
been ordained. This has been your given thing, whether it be through text, whether it be through him speaking to you directly.
Which isn't true.
This is what has been given to you. So that is, I think, a very important part because that is kind of at the crux of this, that one group has said, hey,
this is our home.
This is our home, and that's what it is. And anytime you try to fight back against that, you are hit with...
You're anti-Semitic.
You want to kill all the Jewish people. You're hit with all these things that have nothing to do with the
actual facts
that, hey, some people live here. So let's do a quick history lesson. History with...
How far are we going back?
How goes the podcast? We're going to go...
1899 or...
We're going to go even a little further back. We're going to go to the Ottoman Empire.
You know, them my man's in there.
We're going to go to a little place, now current day Turkey. And we're going to go to like...
It was called... what was it called before it was called Istanbul? Constantinople. Constantinople was the original name of the jump.
Once was all ran by the Byzantine. But once again, that would be taking us to like the 1400s. Yeah. So we're not going to go back that far. We're going to go to like...
But we needed to let y'all know how...
We're going to go to like the 1700s.
How Turkey became Turkey.
We're going to go to like the 1700s. In the Ottoman Empire, they're doing their thing. They're living.
Shout out to Mehmet III.
They're moving along.
Rest in peace, Hawk.
They're in Eastern Europe at the time, and they're not as... How should I say? They're not doing as much advancing on the military side. They're chilling. They're like, hey, we got our civilization. We're minding our business.
Hold on. All right. And let's be clear. People don't know about the Ottoman Empire. It was one of the largest, vast Muslim empires in history. That's what people need to know. And I also let it to be known, although we went to war with the Byzantines, and I say we because I'm the Muslim and it's the Ummah, the reason, like, we didn't kick the Christians or the Jews out of Turkey or Palestine or any of the places that we took over. Yes, the Hagia Sophia was multiple things in its life, but it was also a Christian church, and it was also a masjid for the Muslims. And if you go there today, it's vast enough that you can actually practice both religions in the jump. At one point, it was also, that's how it was during the Ottoman Empire. But go ahead, Charles, continue.
So yeah, I go to the 1700s because the Ottoman Empire, like I said, I'm speeding through this shit. They're about to fall. Like, they got about 100, maybe close to like 200 or so years, but we're slowly coming to the end of the empire. But during this time, what else is taking place? Your people in Britain, France,
like 400.
They're like, yo, they had a good run. But your people over in Western Europe, they're like, yo, we about to build up these navies, we about to build up this military, and we about to do some colonizing. Now, here's the issue. Colonizing as a concept is not new or old. It's been something that has been going on as long as we've had humans. People have gone to other people in places that have said, hey, I like what you got going over there. My people are stronger than yours. Now you are my people. Not new. No one is saying that these people did that, But keep that concept here.
Man, it was hard to
keep that concept here.
It was very hard to colonize with such a vast Ottoman Empire in the middle of Eastern Europe.
And the Ottoman Empire had vassal states. It wasn't what, how we see it today. Hey, you guys do your thing. Hey, but you're under us. It's very complex. Read a book. You can get to it. Mm-hmm. But like I said, they chilled out during the 1700s. What was going on? Britain, they like, yo, we getting this up. We getting this popping. So we get through the 1800s. And, shit is like, yo, with Ottoman Empire is losing some wars. Like, the 1800s wasn't their best time. Shit got kind of funky. The economy was still good. People still living, but military-wise, them boys on the western side of Europe, shout out to them. Respect. I give respect. It was doing their thing.
For sure.
It was coming up. 1800s. So we get towards the end of the 1800s.
Fucking Brits.
Get towards the end of the 1800s. And the Brits are like, yo, that shit over like Southeast Asia, over by Europe, Eurasia, where we meet. Yeah, we kind of need that. Like India, we do that, but like we need more access into that.
We're fake into Africa.
Ottoman Empire is like, whoa, buddy. Like, we still like, we the big dogs. This is still, Brits like.
The reason that we're here, honestly, is to protect the Holy Land.
No. The Brits is like, no.
For all of us.
The Brits is like, we still need this. This is ours. The Brits are like, we are the colonizers.
We're
now.
here to protect this for all of us.
Britain said we are the colonizers now. They said like all that other stuff.
I'm the captain now.
Our empire's like, no. We're gonna ride this out. So we get to like
18.
This is where the Jewish people come into play.
No, I'm talking about like 1883-ish is when
I was gonna skip 1874 is when we get Herzl and the idea of Zionists and Zionist
I wasn't about to say all that, but I was saying like when the British started appointing people in Palestine because they had control over Palestine.
Yeah, because they made a deal with the Turks after losing 1883.
Yeah,
that allows them allows them colonizer state and what is present, what would be Palestine.
We run this, but y'all in control.
So Ottoman Empire is like,
and it actually worked.
We'll keep this shit going. They're like, yo.
Until the First World War.
They're like, yo. The Brits are like, yo, you guys can keep running the Arabs. We don't really got much for the Arabs. At all. Y'all do that. Holla at us when y'all, like, kind of get this shit right.
You know, the Byzantines come back into play around this time, too.
The Ottoman Empire is like, hold on.
That's why we have Orthodox
we can
Christians
still get with the
wild shit over there.
Now I'm speeding up. They're like, yo, we can still get with the Germans. The Germans are like, yes, bro.
If you're listening to me, I'm just the voice in the background for Charles.
They're like, fuck Britain. They're like, fuck Britain. Take back your, like, yo, fight with us in this First World War, and we can really get this shit popping.
Little do you
Ottoman's
know.
like, yo, you trying to tell us we get one more chance at, like, doing this shit? Germans is like, ride with us. They're like, fuck it. We hate the white man. He already trying to break us up. So, unfortunately, you guys know how World War I goes.
And there was also beef with the leader that
the
British appointed in Palestine.
They don't come through.
The whole lineage was them, didn't trust them because they were Arabs, but yeah.
So, like I said, World War I happens, and as you guys all know, it doesn't look too good for the Ottoman Empire. They get their axe waxed pretty bad.
It's the end of the Ottoman Empire.
And by like 1924,
but they were able to keep Turkey.
There's no more such thing as the Ottoman Empire. They get their vassal state Turkey, and I don't know if it would be considered, but they get Turkey, and they're like, all right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna try to help. You know, we're gonna just try to help ourselves. We're not gonna be the superpower anymore. We're gonna rock out. So, like I said, between all this happening, there was a dude, forget his name, but he was a Jewish cat. He was like, yo.
You talking about the one that went to UN?
No, Herzl. The guy who went to the first British parliament about Zionism in like early 1900s, or 1800s, was like, yo. He was basically like, yo, they treating the Jews really bad in Europe. And we treat them horribly.
The Byzantines were treating the Jews
bad in Europe. So he was like, yo, how about you just create a place for us to vibe out? You know, it's like, yo, we got a
Fat Man was scared to say a word at the bar last night. Would you say it now? Would you like to say it now? Are you still scared to say it?
No, I can say Jews.
Okay,
please.
Can a guy enjoy his wings? Like,
enjoy your wings. We do a history class right now.
Say it in public.
There were a lot of Jewish people around this. I just want to enjoy my margarita and my wings. That was it.
Don't let Moog mess with your vibes.
Never.
Would you say Free Palestine?
Definitely.
Say it.
Free Palestine.
There we go. Have a good night. Be safe.
Nasty guy.
I just want to get it on record.
So Herzl, and I may be butchering his name, but he wrote to British Parliament, members of British Parliament, like, yo, I have a solution to your Jew problem. You should give us our own state in which you won't have to worry about.
And he pulls up a verse from the Torah, which is
you won't have to worry about people, you know, try to persecute us, execute us, and listen, you'd give this to us, and listen, it'll work out for everybody. Like, you wouldn't have to worry about us. British are like, you know what? They're not really wrong. And we're kind of over there already with the whole Ottoman Empire.
They were the ones also crushing the Jews.
Like we can kind of get with this. Now here's where things really, really, really get interesting. At one point, the British were like, "Yo, we'll give you guys your own place, but in Uganda."
Niggas forgot about that part.
Let's keep this let's make this very clear. Now listen.
This is during after the scramble at after the scramble at Africa.
Yeah, way out. Scholars will argue about whether, but there are documentation where there are plans for a Jewish state in Uganda. Hey, do with that what you will. Not my business. I wasn't around in 1947, 46, 45, 43. I just wasn't around. Can't do nothing with that. But with that being said...
And they also didn't want to send them to Ethiopia.
With that being said, this ultimately never comes to happen. And then guess what happens? World War II. Mm-hmm. So now we really got ourselves an issue. Because, there's this thing...
That boy Adolf turned up, didn't he?
Because there's this thing called the Holocaust. And, they killed 6 million Jews.
Yeah, they did. The stuff of the law.
Like,
Nobody, you
like
should not kill
annihilated
innocent
and massacred them. There's plenty of documentaries. Trust me.
It's a museum in DC if you would like to go.
You can't. The information is there for you. You don't need me to tell you. But
So
literally,
everybody's saying that the Holocaust is not real.
Hitler tried to wipe them out. Like Hitler tried to annihilate Jews as a whole.
That boy was close too.
Ultimately, he loses. The Russians take him out. That's what they try to. They don't want you to know. The Russians are the ones who stormed Germany. Once again, these are not things that I'm making up. This is all that happened in history. I wasn't there then.
So that's why Russia be beefing with America for real. Like, nigga, I always talking about that storm on Normandy shit. We took his bitch ass out. Y'all dumbass niggas always talking that hot shit.
I'm just
nigga,
saying.
We killed him.
As someone who is not a
All these fucking documentaries,
you know, sometimes they like to say that you're a pro-commie when you're like, but like, yes, the Russians get that W. That is their W. But
that's all right.
Also, during World War II, what else happened? This little thing called the United Nations, right? And with the United Nations, we ultimately get the institution that okays the state of Israel that we currently have today.
That the United States and Britain run.
So as that takes place,
the two states that didn't want Jews. Cause that's why they wanted. That's why they sent their ass to Palestine, because they didn't want them either. They was like, we don't want y'all. It's people that don't like y'all. We don't want y'all.
There's great documentation of Jewish refugees being turned away from the United States during World War II.
Okay, thank you, Charles.
These are things.
I'm about to say.
I'm clearing up the things he's saying.
I'm about to say. I'm just not talking bullshit.
There's great documentation
thank you, Charles.
of
you know
Jewish
I'm a Muslim. They out here probably think I'm gonna hate them.
Of Jewish refugees being turned away from American soil during World War II. This is something that
sending y'all to South American.
This is something that has been documented. This is not him. This is history. Once again,
real shit.
Was not there in 1939, but this did. I promise you, this did take place. But ultimately, like I said, we have the UN.
Anybody from Germany couldn't go to motherfucking UK neither.
We have the UN.
That's a fact.
And then we create what we know today
a lot of them are German.
as Israel. Now,
the occupied state known as Israel.
This is where things get
Auntie.
a little tricky, per se. So there's these border lines that they drew in 1947.
They ain't take long. They got out the concentration camps. They got to it, didn't they?
And the thing about the border lines, please ignore him and listen to me. The thing about the border lines is that they were drawn by Europeans who weren't there.
That's the right question.
So imagine me deciding that your house is no longer your house, but it is your shared house, but it's your shared house with this person and these are your borders. And you being like...
And you can't drive down that street.
And you being like...
You can own a business on that street, but you can't drive down
That's not how this works.
And you can't live here.
So you kind of get that situated. You kind of decide, all right, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. But you go about your business. So like...
And you got to check in every time you leave the city.
Not yet. You're still doing your thing. And then like...
No, I'm ahead of Charles right now.
There's this one time, like 19 years later, the people who you have been told live with you are like, fuck this. We just want more. And you're like...
That's when the Nakba happens.
You're like, huh? And they're like, fuck it, wartime. And you're like...
No, it wasn't a war.
No.
It was a massacre.
It was, yes. Yeah.
It was a flat-out annihilation.
It was a 9-day massacre of Palestinian people in the taking of territory. So basically, like I said...
Arab Palestinian people.
Taking of the land is... From 1947 until the Nakba has been happening.
Jews as well.
Little by little, but not to the extent as what happens during the Nakba.
Yeah.
Massacre.
Went to like 1977.
Then you have the 1967 lines. Then you have the 1976 line, border lines.
There we go.
Then you have Camp David, Middle East.
It was at 97, 90.
Nah, that's still the 70s. Jimmy Carter. All that. You have all that. All that going on in the
shit.
We do this again. They come back to Camp David again in the 90s. Long story short, basically for the last 75 years, you can go through people who have done far more documentation and research and history about this conflict and all the things that have taken place. Now let's get to today.
And how this relates to Iran and all of that.
Egypt, Jordan.
It's
a lot. There's a lot of players.
What's currently going on in Sudan right now?
A lot of players.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of players. Sudanese people being treated very vile while in Israel. It's a lot going on.
Hey, bro.
But we'll get to what you know today. Hamas.
The Hebrew Israelites, what they call?
Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, them. And the ethnic Jews from Ethiopia, one of the oldest Jew populations on the face of this planet.
Don't have the right to return. Ain't that crazy?
Yes, bro. The whole killer is they didn't. Then Yahoo resigns or whatever, loses his job. They give them the right to return, and then Netanyahu gets his job back miraculously.
No, he's just.
And
you know who else did that? Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
But let's
let's
just get to the most.
Talk about dictatorships.
Let's just get back to what's most important.
We're talking about Hamas, right?
Back to Hamas.
Okay.
So Hamas in 1989 starts as what you would consider.
Okay, before you start, Charles, there are two wings of Hamas. There is a political faction. There is a armed faction.
I'm gonna stop him there. So he'll continue. But let me get to my point. In 1989,
That's where I was going to start.
In 1989, Hamas starts, and as he says, they start as a community organizational faction that wants peace and to find a solution to the two-party
You can
to the
Google
two-party
the
state.
PLO because some of your favorite black leaders met with this very organization that we are talking about in the beginning.
Palestine, because they are not recognized at the time as a actual state
By the UN
no military, no, governing
body.
things of that nature. So, we said the Palestinian PLO.
The PLO.
I don't actually know the name, but it is a
Palestinian Liberation Organization.
Thank you. They are a paramilitary group that works within the countries that are around Palestine.
Yeah. So Jordan, Iran,
Egypt.
Egypt was a very big ally at the time. Shout out to
People,
their president.
basically, they are Palestinian refugees and exiles who end up working.
Expats. They like to be called expats.
Expats who end up working within this organization to fight for liberation of Palestinians. Right? Stay with me. Hamas, when they first begin, they're a community organization. They're like, hey, we want peace. We want a two-state solution.
Think of them as like a Black Panther party.
They do this for about 4 to 5 years. They're like, hey, we want peace, we want peace. In 1994, 4 Palestinians are killed by a Jewish envoy truck. Mm-hmm. Hamas says, hey, we need to do something about this. There needs to be something about this.
The PLO and Hamas are two different organizations at this point. I just want to point out to everybody.
Say we need to do something about this. They tell you, shut up, go sit over there. We're going to keep taking your shit.
But there were some people in the PLO that felt the same way Hamas did.
Hamas says this is the last time that you guys will do this to Palestinians without any
retribution or backfire. And then Iran was going through their own shit at the time with the Shah and all of that and Hayatollah Khomeini. And then Egypt, there was a coup going on with their president. And then you can go and open a book or go on YouTube and read or watch a video about those two situations.
So then we get to the point where Hamas actually has their first attack on the IDF, Israel Defense Force. Then they are
I call them the occupying Israeli
so
force.
now once they do this in 94, I may have my years wrong, 94, 95, they are officially declared
it's around that time. I think it was like 95, 96.
a terrorist group because they kill these Israeli soldiers.
Zionists.
So once they do this has now...
We honestly need to start separating Israeli and Zionists.
For sure.
Because a lot of these people are Zionists. That has nothing to do with religion. A lot of people are to mix this thing up. It's like Jews versus Muslims, but it's just like, no, my nigga. It are Zionists, and they just don't like anybody that stands against the state of Israel, which was found on Zionism, not an actual religious belief. So you cannot conflate or add the two. Like, is it a belief or is it a religion? Because if it was actual religion, you're going against your religious code, and your religious code says the way that you're occupying these states and settlements is haram, which I would say in my religion, but I don't know what they call it in theirs, but it's illegal if you're going off religious law. So if you're going to go off religious basis, I need you to follow religious law, because all the countries that Muslims, they say we follow the Sharia law, and y'all want to hold us for our human rights record, but that's another episode. Charles, continue.
96 to 2002, Hamas, IDF, a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. Going back and forth, boom, 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 boom. Shit's getting real sticky. In 02, I believe they have, is it the 7-day, 10-day war? Someone who has more insight can give you the exact. But I remember this because Dan Rather used to talk about this shit a lot. And I remember being like, damn, this is the same time around Al Qaeda. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, why does Al Qaeda always get like, Hamas was bad, but they weren't as bad. But I was just like, yo, people seem to think that this is a bad group, but not as bad.
Had U.S. military funding because they fought the Kurds for the United States, because the United States was used to fight in the Cold War. They didn't know anything about the infrastructure of Afghanistan and those Eurasia countries. Then they were in the mountains. So they paid Osama bin Laden. They don't want y'all to know this. His people. And then
everyone knows
they
this.
fought that. So that's why Al Qaeda was way more worse, because they had the arms and all that from U.S. infantry.
Yeah, to Book's point, my point was just that Hamas was fighting Israel, Afghan was fighting the U.S. So at least
later on,
at least as a child, it was very much so that
because they were supposed to get the fuck off
bad,
Iran.
Hamas, terrorists, not as bad. They have an election in 06, and that is the last election that the Palestinian people have had.
Public election.
So, but that's not the last that they have had things happen to them. In 2014, there was uprisings against Palestinian forces, and it's hard to even call them forces. Palestinians versus Israel. Once again, versus sounds bad. A conflict
that's
between
what I'm saying, bro. Like, and I don't even like calling it a conflict, because it's just like, that's the thing. Like, it's really hard to call it a war, conflict, issue, and all of that, because it's just like,
it's genocide.
So, bro, like, it's a civilian organization that would like to be a political body.
People have called it the largest open air prison in the world. Like, these are words that have been associated with the living conditions. These are my words. Once again, this is just what has been said.
Who, the NGO, motherfucking UN ambassadors and representatives, anybody of public stature that has held a right when it comes to human rights, activism and all of that, has said that the way that Israel has treated the Palestinian people in 75 years, but if you want to break it down, in the last 22 years, has been a war crime. And it hasn't even been a war. But you can say that it is, because that they say openly in the Knesset, which is their Congress or Parliament, because it's a foreign government, they say openly, we want to eradicate the Arabs. And they say it just like that. It doesn't matter your religion. It's the fact that you're an Arab.
Yeah, I just want to make it very clear that, like, when I use the term genocide, I don't use it
lightly.
I don't use it lightly. And I'll read you the UN's charter on genocide, because I think that's something that people confuse. They think genocide means the annihilation of a people. Yes, but that's only one part of it. Yeah. There's actually A, B, C, D, E. 5 parts. 1, killing members of the group. B, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group.
Which are doing to children.
C, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part.
Aid, water, electricity, and food.
D, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. And E, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. That's what the UN said.
Expulsion. And they're openly telling Egypt, y'all need to be an ally and let these people come to Egypt.
And I want to read you the charter that the UN says, so that
they don't want them to go to Lebanon.
In the present convention,
they don't want them to go to Turkey.
Genocide means any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious groups, such as, and then it went through the 5 things I just read. As I said.
And I just said that they purposely said in the Knesset.
I'm just saying.
And Congress.
You tell me if that's you tell me if what you're saying is genocide or not.
They say this openly
after what I just read.
In discussions with their own bosses. The people that hired them. Hey, Slim, we want to eradicate the Jews. And the whole kid is, we talking about Gaza right now. We not talking about Ramallah in the West Bank.
Not eradicate the Jews,
eradicate the Arabs. I apologize. Stuff of the law, because we do not want to do that. I do not condone. Okay, let me say this right quick. I do not condone anything Hamas has done.
Right on, brother.
I do not condone the fact that they killed innocent people or civilians and all of that. That's against my religion.
I don't think you should.
That's against my religion.
I don't think you will.
But once again, I can see how these people got fed up and resisted, which is also legal.
I'm about to say
under international war law.
I'm about to say there's actual charter that says that
because they are an occupied people.
People have the right. That occupying people have the right for
to resist.
No, they have the right to their freedom through any means.
Yes,
necessary. That is what it. That is.
Yes,
that's what the law says. It says
because after Mark Hill said it.
It actually says through means of violence.
Yeah.
I think that is the exact word.
Like you have the right
that occupied people have the means to resist through our resistance.
And my whole thing is they talking about. This is me talking. This is my views are not reflective views of High Closing Podcast, Hazy Thoughts, or the 2 gentlemen sitting on the couch with me.
I'll hear them out.
They talking about civilians.
Yeah.
Every Israeli has to serve in the government.
You mean the IDF?
Yes. In the military government is what I meant. But yes, Charles, thank you for clearing that up. They have to do that. Whether it's...
Or go to jail.
Or go to jail.
Shout out to that Taylor Swift fan account. Stand account.
Or go to jail.
Who
said
she was in jail for 6 months because she wouldn't be part of the IDF. This is like in 2019.
Shout out to her. Free Palestine. But yeah, so it's just like... And then they do that. So how many reservists do they have? I personally don't know.
You know what's funny? I saw NBC's.
Hold on before you finish. I follow a lot of different news outlets and all of that, but I personally read an article where a gentleman killed a Palestinian Christian child. Family took him to court because it was a wealthy Christian family. Cuz got off because he was a reservist in the IDF. So, if they can do that, and it's excused by the Zionism party, I'm not going to blame this on the Jews. I'm going to put it on the Zionism party because that's my beef. What's the issue with these people attacking y'all? Like, you seen what you doing to them. Like, they can own a business on the street, but they can't drive down it, walk down it, or live on it. They got to live in a different settlement. They can't drive down certain streets. They got to check in at certain times. They got to be home by certain times. But then their business got to stay open for certain times in order they can't make a living. And then that's all brought in by you. The food that you are supplying to these businesses. Like, no, you grow Arab grapes. So we're going to uproot all of your grape trees. Olive trees, I'm sorry. Because that's what Palestine is known for. It's olive oil. It has some of the best olive oil in the world. Olive oil. We're going to uproot all of your olive trees. And then replant them. 60% of your profits got to come back to us. Like, come on, cuz. Like, you not rocking for that. Ain't no way. Everybody getting tired of that. You killing us when you want. You cut off our electricity when you want, so that Tel Aviv can have everything it need for all the tourists that come around, do all the haram. Like, come on, Slim. And then, what really kicked this shit off, what people don't like to realize, the United States Embassy is in Jerusalem.
I think you have to explain. You have to explain what that.
Okay. I believe the United States Embassy is the only embassy in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a holy city to all three religions. All of our sacred praying places, whether you be a Jew, Christian, or a Muslim, is in Jerusalem. Outside of Mecca, Medina, Saudi Arabia, one of the holiest mosques is in Palestine. Al-Aqsa. And it's a compound that we're not allowed to go pray to. We're not allowed to go. Muslims are not allowed to pray there. During Ramadan, they bombed it. They came in and arrested people. Shot people up. Killed children. During Ramadan, bro. During Maghrib. A nightly prayer. And you put your embassy in Jerusalem? First of all, you make that a target for the United States. Then you make Israel a very big target. Because the only embassy in Jerusalem, this is Donald Trump, by the way, because a lot of black people, I've been hearing a lot of black people say that the money was running rampant through the streets and Republicans were in the office and they want Trump to win in 2024. Fuck that nigga. You niggas are ridiculous. You all silly rabbits. But no, Slim, like, you put an embassy in Jerusalem. I tweeted about it when it happened. I'm like, Slim, you just put the biggest target on America. You put an embassy in the holy city where ICE is doing what it's doing. No military U.S. presence in Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda doing what they doing.
So this is your bag. I have no real.
No, I'm being dead serious.
I have no real thoughts on this.
And then a week before the attack, the United States frees up $6 billion for Iran.
Yeah, I don't really know the significance of that.
And then Hamas gets their backing and money from Iran, for people that don't know. Iran, Turkey, Jordan, and a lot of places like that are very big. In Libya now, after Gaddafi passed, you know what I'm saying? We had to do what we had to do, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say passed, not assassinated, because I still can't believe Barack Obama did that, but that's a different story. But no, Slim, like, this shit wicked. Like, this shit been brewing. And I've been said, like, Slim, like, something vicious gonna happen over there. And niggas ain't happening. And niggas ain't paying attention, Slim. And then, like, with all these, and then you got Qatar. You got Qatar, or Qatar, and motherfucking other oil giants saying they gonna cut oil supplies if a ceasefire don't happen soon.
Yeah, man, it's getting real sticky.
And they about to bomb another hospital in the West Bank. Not even in Gaza. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the shit that's happening now, not even in Gaza no more. Like, they was just like, all right, bet. We really about to just ramp this shit up. We really about to just lock Palestine down. Everybody that think Palestine is Palestine. And another thing, Hamas only controls Gaza. Hamas is the governing body of Gaza. Does not speak for the entire population of Palestinian people. No one on this couch can talk for the Palestinian people, myself included. So it's just like, bro, like,
why would you?
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, because I'm going on and on. Like, I'm very big on the Palestinian thing, but it's like, nobody can speak for them.
You can have empathy for the people.
Yeah, but like, you never know how people's empathy is portrayed to other people.
Them niggas will tell you that. They only was.
Yeah. Like, Slim, like, I ain't got nothing to do. Like, only they can, like, because like Charles said, the two-state solution. Me personally, I don't think that's the issue. I don't think that's a solution, but.
So again, I don't live. Listen,
I don't live there.
I'm not Middle Eastern. I don't live anywhere near there. I don't like even. It's funny because I've seen a lot of people be like they should just leave, right? The Palestinian people, And I think what people don't understand is that if they leave, they're never going to be able to go back home.
Yeah.
So it's not as this isn't.
So it's a sitting U.S. Congresswoman that cannot return back to Palestine.
You know what I'm saying? This is not one.
Like she's refused.
Like there's not one of those. It's not one of these things where like.
And she's Palestinian.
Like you're gonna go to New York for a few years and then move. Like no, it's once you're
gone, you're gone.
You can't go back.
Like that's why Charles read that last joint on the joint. That's expulsion,
like
my nigga.
That's the issue to
that
me.
That is a war crime.
That I don't think a lot of people.
The same reason why
the
reason that Israel is a thing is the same why you want to kick these people out.
So like, I think that's another thing that has to be that can't go unrealized is that a lot of people that.
It does not compute to
me.
Like
people like Nathaniel, they want an ethno state. It's not that they want a safe place for Jewish people, because I don't think anybody cares to not have a safe. Like, why Jewish people should be allowed a place? Yeah, I don't think anybody's like they don't deserve that.
But the thing is, Palestine was that place for them beforehand, though. It just wasn't a Jewish
people
state.
Like
Jews, Christians,
want an
Muslims
ethno state. They want a completely Jewish state.
They want America.
And that's kind of weird because the only other land like that had to do that shit like 200 years ago. Like America didn't do this shit in 1940 something.
Fuck no.
They did that shit in 1776. Like, so that's the thing. Like,
They say up to the 1800s. But
I'm not mad at the idea of like, yo, we're gonna colonize. Like, cause that's not new. That's not even a novel concept. It's just that to do it in such modern times with such like traditional vibe, it's so weird. I think that's the thing that just, it's like you're literally trying to annihilate a people, and people are like, hey, you're doing that. You're like, no, we're not. But you are. Mm-hmm. No, we're not. But you are.
Like you're not. You literally just explained a war crime.
And that's my thing is that
like you're on CNN explaining a war crime.
September 11th happened. Everyone was like, "Oh, Al Qaeda did too much." Mostly anybody, even people who were like anti-America, was like, "Yo, there's no need to go hit a commercial building like that."
No, you hijack a commercial airliner and then run into a building.
There's no need. Everyone, even like I said, even people who hated America were like, there's no need to do that. There's citizens, there's innocent people, and Al Qaeda themselves were like, this is collective. This is something that became doctrine in international affairs, was that collective punishment is illegal. That because citizens maybe vote for a person or group does not mean those citizens
of that state
are responsible for decisions that the governing body made. And the one thing that has been very, very nasty to me is that Israel has made it very clear that they don't care, that this idea of collective punishment doesn't matter to them, that whether it's a school, a church, a hospital, this or that, Hamas, these people are Hamas because they're here.
All of them.
And that is very dangerous rhetoric.
So they're treating this like a rat infestation.
And that's very dangerous rhetoric, because you know who else they said that about during World War II?
The Jews.
Like, it's a very dangerous rhetoric that gets people literally gets groups of people annihilated off of this earth, when you're like, hey, you're evil because I say you're evil, and there's nothing else about it.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
And my last thing about Free Palestine is that there are men in Palestine. Like, no disrespect to like anybody, but like people's fathers, people's brothers, people's cousins, uncles, husbands, people's teachers, people's best friends are men who live in Palestine. And it seems as though like the only people in Palestine who seem to matter to people are the women and children. So it's, women and children are being killed. But like, there are plenty of, I'm talking men our age, 31, 32, 29, 28-year-old men whose lives are going to be gone as I'm speaking.
Shit, younger than that.
Literally just because they are men. Not because they have done anything wrong, not because they have harmed the state, but strictly because they are men and they live in Palestine. Their lives are going to end. And there's something very wrong with that, because if we're going to talk about caring about people as a whole and mental and all this other shit, what it means is that the liberation of people, in particular the Palestinians, has to be the liberation of all of them. Not just the women and children, but the men as well. And that's my last little spiel about Free Palestine, because it kind of disturbs me when it's oh, there are women and children there. No, somebody's grandfather is there. Does somebody's grandfather not have the right to live and see his homeland be protected? Do only grandmas, mothers, and people under the age of 18?
But the reason,
which is funny because that is half of the population of Gaza is people under the age of 19.
Children.
So, like I said, man.
But that's why I like
Free Palestine.
The reason I'm happy you brought that up though, Charles. They lock the men up and they want to kill the women and children. Because you lock the men up, they serve a term, whatever. But you kill off a mating. Like, you know, most of them Muslim, they're not gonna be gay and all that extra shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, that is like that. Like, I apologize for speaking like that, but like that's really how they think.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it.
Like, that's really how they think, though. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? And so just like, oh, you bet. Like, but when they get out, like, when they get out, they gone. Like, either they gonna die here, which is really their hope, because a lot of them do hunger strikes and all of that, or, you know what I'm saying? They gonna flee expulsion. So just like the women and children gone, there's no reason for you to be here anymore, my nigga.
Sounds like another place in the world where they try to lock up the men or kill the men off, and then have the woman.
Like, bro, like it's wild, fool.
1800s United States of America.
And the IDF literally said like that. A lot of these Zionist empathizers love bringing up Hamas's charter and how they say they want to eradicate the Jews and wipe them off the face of the earth and all of that, and try to say like, oh yeah, they talking like the Nazis and all that shit. But at the same time, there's been actual human beings. Like, fuck a piece of paper and what I wrote on it, like what I typed up. There's actual human beings that live and believe that and said, oh, our purpose is to knock off the women and children because we know that this will take out the belief in the men. So if you don't got a wife or a child, you got nothing to fight for, my nigga. Like, so you gonna get out of here. But one thing I want the IDF to know.
Niggas said I want the IDF to know.
Nah,
I don't know if they're gonna catch this, but you should tell them.
They listening for shit show. Because it's gonna be on YouTube. So
Let
they
them know.
Definitely listening.
Y'all gotta stop with that propaganda too, man.
Hey, the IDF propaganda on the YouTube going crazy these days, ain't it?
They be acting like civilians. No, they be acting like celebs on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gotta chill, bro.
One thing I want y'all to know, man. Only Allah can tell the Ummah no. Y'all been trying for 75 years.
Yes, no one can.
Y'all been trying for 75 years, cuz.
You like that, right?
It ain't happening no more. The Ummah is here, Slim. Like, and we standing together, and y'all mad as shit that we banding together. Charles, I'm gonna high five you. I don't condone stuff of the law, but I heard what you said. Shout out to them because y'all blew up a Christian hospital, and I ain't rocking with that.
They blew up the Christian.
I'm not
They blew up the
rocking
Christian
with that.
church too.
Yeah, they blew up a Christian church. That happened today.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
I retweeted and posted about that. So yeah, Slim, like, I ain't rocking with that. Slim, the Ummah here, Slim, and we rocking.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I see a Middle Eastern country about to get involved, is because Mook retweeted.
Yeah.
Jordan on the front lines.
Yeah,
Egypt
baby, we
got
here,
people
Slim.
coming.
Egypt, we got all that. Slim, Iran, we been. Hey, Iran been there.
I
Turkey,
love the we.
back,
I'm not
Slim.
going front. I love the
Nah,
we.
Slim, real last.
I love the we.
Because it's the Ummah.
I love the we.
It's the Ummah. And Ummah means community,
I
if you
need
don't
to
know.
get with my people.
But nah, real
Or
life.
eight people.
Slim, we
Do I
rocking,
have a people?
Nah, because what's funny, It's funny. Somebody asked me. Somebody at work. What you were saying?
I said, do I have a people? Just,
Of course, baby. You got ism, Slim. But that's a bit of
I love
right
that.
there.
I love that.
But yeah, and you got a law, so that's all you need to. But
That part.
somebody asked me at work. They was just like, yeah, like you being Muslim, how you feel about Palestine and all that issue and all that. Yeah, he was a black dude though.
Sexy.
And so, like, I talked to him, I got him up abreast, basically what we just did here, and all that. And he was just like, oh, all right. He was like, so how you feel? And I was just like, what
I
you
love
mean?
black people. How you feel? Like, you give me some facts. Now let me know what you thinking.
I was like, what you mean?
Right.
I was like, what you mean? He was like,
Nigga, how you feel?
no, hold on, no. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say, like,
Not
how.
what he said, not
Yeah,
what you said,
yeah,
but I'm thinking he probably.
He was like, how you feel? And I was like, he basically asked me,
You about to ride?
yeah.
I love niggas. It doesn't change.
He was like-
Because that's all he wanted to know. He was like, all right, tell me what's going on.
like, you all
Oh,
right?
that's what they do to your folks?
Yeah.
So what you about to do about
And
it?
it was very, the question he asked me was very specific.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like, when I say specific, ladies and gentlemen, I mean
You
specific.
can tell us later. But,
Yeah, off camera.
yeah. But no, but
And my answer was definitely, oh yeah, for shit show.
I don't even want to know.
Wallahi. Verbatim, that's what I said. I was like, oh yeah, for shit show. Wallahi.
I'm not going to lie.
And he was just like, say less. And then I was into that conversation. But yeah, this shit, like, nah. I just want the idea to know, baby. We here, Slim. You way more outnumbered. You're way more outnumbered. Compared to whatever the fuck you think you got going on. It's not that many Zionism, and it's not that many Zionists in the world.
Also, my Arab
It's
brothers.
way more
you see
people.
The black folks fuck with you.
It's way more
Don't let
people.
them lie to you.
Oh yeah,
Niggas
don't
fuck
let
with
them lie to you, bro.
Niggas fuck with y'all. Like,
Don't
you
let
can
them lie to you, bro. Like, black people fuck with the Muslims, bro, or the Arabs, all of that, whatever you practice. Because we just, son, it's Africa.
We can't speak for all of us, but in general, I think the vibes are okay.
Hey, I've had multiple Arab people walk up to me and be like, hey, everybody, ever since I come to America, do your thing, Cheryl. We here, baby. IDF, fuck that. versus greater than anything you got going on. So, yeah.
Look, man, I just...
Are we going to talk sports tonight?
Quickly.
Okay.
For me personally, there's not many times where I feel as though I don't have an opinion on things. But this is one of the times I do. And it's not that I don't have free Palestine, that's the opinion. But I feel as though the greater conflict of people dying, it's not as simple as I would like it to be. And that's a weird thing to me when talking about things of this nature. Because if we're going to be honest, I don't know who doesn't know the social implications of talking about this type of thing. Like, this isn't something that people just talk about and it's just like, oh, it's fine. Like, people lose jobs, people lose livelihoods off of, hey, Israel this, Palestine that. So I don't ever just take it for granted that people feel strongly enough to take a stance. You just there's people who are like, yo, Israel pro. Listen, if that's your thing,
this fucking episode might get shadow banned.
You gotta,
because of how much we said Palestine.
You gotta stand on that. My thing is that there's people in the history, when we look back in the United States history, people like Robert E. Lee, people there's other people throughout, United States congressmen who, when you look at them now, their lives are not looked at with great admiration. People are like, yo, this was a racist son of a bitch.
Some niggas was a bigot.
You know what I'm saying? People are openly okay with being like, yo, this person was that and that's what it was. But at the time, that didn't change any of the things that they were doing.
You remind me of Jason Worth, but continue.
And I think that is very important because I think we get caught up too much in this idea of what is right versus what's wrong and not about how people actually live. Like the actual living people must do. And like I said, it's very easy to sit up here and wax poetic about the Palestinian people, all the things that they needed, how we need to help that out. Wow, they have to face those things day in and day, and haven't just started, been facing it for 75 years. So I just implore everybody, no matter where you fall in, to really be like, yo,
you would really be on your way to school and get killed.
Really think about the privilege. Like, I know there's people who are like, oh, I don't got no privilege. I'm this.
Walking through checkpoints
I'm
every
that.
day.
But like, I even saw people arguing about like
carry a passport to go to school.
Saw people arguing about the idea that people in America, black people in America, understand what it means to live under
Occupation.
live under like bomb threats and things,
bombardment and all that shit.
That nature. And I sat with some of the whatchamacallit, like some of the conversation that was being had, and I had to be like, people are selfish. Mm-hmm. People can't listen. No one is saying that black people in the 50s, 60s, 70s, anytime prior to 1970s, didn't live with the terror of being black. And no one is saying that wasn't true. No one is saying that Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, all these places didn't have major church bombings, school bomb. Oh, no one
like they're living under martial law every day for 75 years.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the confines of one place. Yeah. I'm not talking about a region. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about their home. Everything. Martial law that they call life.
Nigga, pull up right now. Hey, y'all gotta get the fuck.
And I think there's this.
And mean it.
There's this.
And then the new owner of this home is with the military.
There's this want to compare everything. There's this want to be like, hey, like that. You know, like, yeah, you suffer. No, but listen, look how. And it's like, listen, we don't have to. We don't gotta do that all the time.
About student loans, they'll never think about a student loan in their life.
We ain't gotta do that. Like, it's okay to say, hey, people have faced atrocities here, and they're going through an atrocity right now, and that's what it is.
An atrocity is an atrocity.
And you know what I'm saying? We're both going through it. It is, like that. That can be what it is.
Bitch ass niggas trying to trauma bomb.
But we don't have to like, hey, I did this more than you did, or you did. It doesn't have to. Personally, for me,
nigga, I struggle worse. I lost my grandma. I lost my mom. Nigga, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Y'all both lost someone.
And I feel as though that's a lot of what's going on. So
look within, heal.
I would just ask for like, I don't think any one group has to care. I'm very big on that. I don't want people to care about things they don't really care about. I don't want people to feel like they have to force themselves to say, hey, this is right or this is wrong. No. If you don't feel something, you don't feel something. But I would ask people to have empathy. Have empathy. Maybe you got a daughter. Maybe you got a sister. Maybe you got a mom. Maybe you got a dad. Maybe you got a... And how would you feel if like one day you just woke up and they were no longer... Like all of those people who you call family were no longer here?
Bruh.
And I would just... And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I would want for people.
I low-key take it deeper. I'd be like, imagine... You know how it is when your alarm go off in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a rocket coming through your fucking roof. A rocket hit your street. I'm talking about something that came from Earth, like outer space. So you got the projectile with the fluid and all that extra shit, and then you got gravity or adding on to the propulsion. Propulsion. That's the right word, right, Charles?
Yeah.
All right, propulsion to all of that. So that motherfucker really that'd be like 3 miles away, but it's gonna hit like that bitch was right next door. So that's like the aftershock and afterwaves and all the shock waves and all that is gonna be felt. That's gonna wake you up. So I saw a video today with a child that's 6 months old that lost their sense of shock.
It's nuts over there. That's all I know.
How you lost your sense of shock?
It's crazy, bro.
As an infant?
Used to it. In the stomach.
That's okay?
I never said it.
No,
I'm just asking.
It's reality, bro.
I'm really just asking, bro. And we're comparing shit to this?
No, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, we talk about this a lot of times in this country, like, the reality of certain people isn't the reality of others. So
It's
like
not.
it's certain kids who like, yo,
I definitely heard a nigga get sprayed on my way here when I was waiting for my Uber, and I was just like, kill, somebody got lit up.
you know,
That's your reality.
you know.
Oh yeah, my reality. Let's not get into that.
The reality here. Our reality is different from theirs, bro.
For sure,
Niggas
sure.
wake
But
up
they
the
hear that
bombs.
too, though. It's just that theirs might be a military officer spraying a civilian.
Way worse.
Mm-hmm.
They
Ours
hear,
is civilian.
yeah, that's chill for them. In the grand
Nigga,
scheme of things.
They probably wish that.
That's what I'm saying. So the reality is reality, bro. It's fucked up.
Truly, bro.
Like they probably, I'm like, nigga, I wish it was a civilian doing something civilian. Nigga. A Palestinian versus a Palestinian. No, it's a colonizer versus an Arab, nigga. Fuck. Nigga real life in the Knesset said, yeah. Shorty asked him a question from the opposition. They not even real opposition because all them motherfuckers still all vicious right-wing individuals. The two parties in the Knesset right now. But Shorty was like, yeah, like, you saw the video of such and such, and, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 and such, getting spat on. He was like, yeah, like, I saw a group of children spitting on a woman. Children spitting on a woman. And she was just like, but it wasn't a Muslim Palestinian Arab. He was like, I don't care if it's a Christian or a Muslim. You can spit on them. They are Arab.
That's nasty. Yeah, man.
Fuck the fact that they're religion. You okay in women to spit on you okay in children to spit on women?
Yeah, man. Nasty game, bro. Let's move to some sports. Football's in full swing. Who are we looking at as the teams? Like
Miami. Like Miami. Like Cleveland. Fucking Detroit Lions. That's my sleeper team right now.
I think Detroit is a much better team than a lot of people
like to admit. I mean, they've been shit for so long, Charles. But this year, something seems very different with them this year. I feel like me and Omatic been bandwagoning Lions since Hard Knocks, baby.
No, yeah, I fuck with the Lions, but
he's a Dan Campbell.
yeah, I'm super Dan Campbell
guy.
since day one, but they're not there yet.
You don't think they do?
Nah.
I'm not believing you.
I mean,
More short sale me, nigga.
there's some dogs out there. They're like the second tier NFC team for sure. Yes, they're not tier one.
You think they can't beat
The 49ers?
49ers?
Absolutely not.
You said the same thing to that in the chat when I said that the Browns would beat the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean,
Do the Browns have a better defense than the Lions?
yes.
Do the
Hands down.
Lions have a better defense than the Browns?
No.
The Lions don't have a better defense.
Bro, the
than
Browns was like statistically going into the game like number one defense, bro. That's why I'm not.
Offense.
Offense, Browns?
No.
Lions
No.
have a
Lions
better
have a better
offense.
offense
Yeah.
than the Browns. Yeah, for sure.
But when it's time to win, offense doesn't always beat defense, especially in the offs, bro.
I'm not talking about no offs. I'm talking about right now. We're not in
Oh.
the offs right now, baby.
I mean, if we're
about
talking
when I see
now,
that. We in the regular season.
I mean, I love what the Lions are doing. Let me start by saying that. Love what they're doing. Love. Probably like top 4 team NFC right now.
They're 4-1,
5-1.
5-1.
But I'm just saying, like,
Beat the Chiefs.
I'm just saying, like, I would put them 4 in the
Who they lose
NFC.
to?
Can't even tell you.
Yeah, I can't either. But it was probably some Lion shit.
Sound about right.
But they look good. I don't know.
No, Lions my sleeper team, but I like the 49ers. I don't think the Eagles are as good as they were last year.
I think they might fuck around. Not go back, but I think they might fuck around.
Unless that boy flip a switch, I don't see it, bro.
Which one?
I'm talking about the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
He hasn't played a real game this year.
they haven't
And
collectively.
that's the scary part. Because they only got one loss.
That's what I'm saying.
But the further we get into the season and you don't hit the switch, then
They next 7 games.
you just not going to
crazy
hit the
too.
switch. Exactly, bro. Like
See what
they got
happens.
a schedule. But Charles, my bad. What you saying? This nigga over here watching reels.
No, I'm thinking when I look at the NFC, because I'm hearing y'all thinking about the Lions. I think the Lions
I got nothing for that.
are the sneaky team that will look up and will be like, oh wow, they're in the NFC title game, or they're the last
Second round.
they're in the NFC divisional. I think they're gonna end up having the best record in the conference. I normally don't ever agree with Mike Greenberg, but
He said that?
he said that, and then I looked at That's the kind of reason why I'm hesitant. But I looked at their schedule, and it's hard for me to deny. Like, yo,
That's a nasty personal dude.
they're playing a third or second place schedule, and coming down the stretch, it's a lot of bad teams. They play the Bears twice, play the Packers again, they play the Vikings
Packers
twice.
at home, right?
I believe so. They play the Vikings twice too, I believe. Like it's not like it's not a great.
They got one of them 06 Cowboy schedules.
It's not a hard. It's not like we're gonna be facing a lot of barn burners. It's like okay,
That's beautiful.
that's my point. They're already 5-1.
That's why I said they faced all their hard teams already.
Chiefs.
Beat the Chiefs.
You know that was the hey, prove it to me. They play the Ravens this weekend, so
I got them beating the Ravens.
And Jared Goff is 2-0 against motherfucking Pat Mahomes. I didn't know that till today.
when he was the Rams and now this.
Yeah.
So my thing is that like let's say he gets past.
I got them beating the Ravens. Soundman special this week.
Let's say he gets.
I got him
Let's say they
beating the
get
Ravens,
past the Ravens. 6-1. It's 14-3.
13-4. No,
14-3, 15-2 is very much so.
that would be so crazy.
It's very much so on the.
I can't give you just because the Bears and Vikings and Packers are shit. They're gonna sweep them though. You know, divisional games are different, bro.
Son, they're
I'm not
sweeping
denying
division.
that, but what I'm saying is
Packers
that
might get one.
they beat the Packers by 14 already.
Yeah, I doubt they get the Packers. Vikings might get
But
you
they beat
one.
them at home.
The Vikings, and
They
this
did
is
it
why,
last year, bro.
And here's my thing: the Vikings, depending on where
Vikings
when
aren't
they
They're saying
play
the end of the year, bro.
yeah, but depending
Vikings aren't good.
the Vikings might be playing for Caleb.
The Vikings are not good.
Like there's a very
Playing for pride, bro. Lions played for pride.
1-5?
Lions played for
last
pride.
year, right?
Week 17.
Last
Like, what
year,
are we
right?
talking? Yeah, they played for
They were on
pride.
a 7-game winning streak.
But did they not play good
No, because
ball?
they finished 7 or something. So
How many one
what
possession
did they
games?
finish? 8?
How many one
Oh.
possession losses did they have last year? How many
They played
Lions
for
one
pride.
possession losses
They
did they have?
literally were playing to knock
This year
them
or
out.
last year?
And
A lot.
during
They
that
were-
day, last year, if you remember,
They played
when the
everybody
day
tough.
started, they still had,
They had
an
a
actual chance
chance,
to go to
but
the
they knew it
playoffs.
was clipped when
By
the game
the time the
started.
game started at 8 p.m.
Playing for
That's-
pride, bro.
When you go into
The Vikings will
weekend
play
having
for
a-
pride, bro.
the
Kirk
Vi-
playing for next season, trying to, find a
Do
team.
what?
Justin gonna play for pride. You know what I mean?
Justin might not. They're literally talking about Justin might not come back
He's not
because
coming
of
back.
that.
He's
They
not coming back.
literally said this multiple
Oh
times.
God, I
So
hate
what
to
they
see
talking
it.
about?
They were allowed talking about cutting him down, son.
Okay, shit. Well, fuck it. Fields might play for pride.
Once again, another cat who bro, they're talking about trading Fields
Yeah.
so that they can actually
So they can
tank,
get Caleb.
so they can tank properly. Like, bro, the Bears,
13-4.
the Vikings are both looking like, yo, we want Caleb. Speaking of, do you think there's because I saw this today and I was like, is there a possibility that Drake May or
That's Rome's favorite quarterback prospect.
Penix
that's
goes,
Carolina, right?
yeah, goes ahead because I saw someone say that Drake May might be this year's Joe Burrow.
I haven't seen Drake May play.
I watched a lot of Drake May. I definitely like him better this season.
I heard a lot about him last year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
He
he'll
had
be
hype.
good in year 3.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
My thing with the NFL is that the transition is never
They
easy.
don't have time for year 3 these days. So
Depending on the
I'm
organization.
about to say it depends. Hurts
Organizations are
Hurts was good in year 3,
quarterback.
right? This is year 3, right? No, this is year 4. Hurts was good last year. He played a little bit his first year, and they were like, they don't know if he's good or not.
Probably like 22, 23.
Like, so he's an actual, like, classman. Like, he's in his right class.
Tua is a perfect example.
Okay.
They literally, this year, we're finding out that Tua is really that guy. Last year,
They found it out last year. He got hurt.
What do you mean last year? Niggas was literally, if they would have found, they would have extended him. They literally picked up the 5th year because of that, because they didn't know about Tua.
Niggas, the red line was just like, bro, we don't know if your brain worked for real.
Justin Herbert is like, here's the thing. If you get a cat like Justin Herbert, cool. You got a guy from day one throwing 4,000 yards. Hey, who doesn't want that?
A nigga with a strong arm.
But for the most part, if you get a Herbert, you get a Hurts, you get a Tua, you get a guy who like you get to build. Burrow's been good since day one. Like he's been the guy. Even when they were 6-9 or whatever.
I thought y'all was talking about niggas from day one because I thought Tua was good from day one, low key.
Nah, no one thought that.
I had faith in him.
I didn't say you didn't have faith in him. I believe that. I believe you have faith in him. I believe a lot of people have faith in Tua because everyone was like, "Oh, he's still hurt from that hip injury. He's not. He's not fully him."
Niggas was off that for sure.
But you know what I'm saying?
We don't know what he hit.
And this is terrible to say because Malik Willis doesn't deserve this, but
Oh God.
you put Drake May on the Titans, it's like Tannehill who can run.
The thing
Younger athletic Tannehill.
I kind of agree to this. The only thing about Willis is I want to see him get more chances because I ain't seen him get enough chance.
I would say so. My thing
Because you know Tannehill used to run when he was at Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When he was wide receiver?
He's like lengthy.
Yeah.
He didn't play quarterback.
Like, he was a wide receiver.
How quickly we forget. But no, Drake May, he can honestly like throw. I would say.
Wasn't it an injury that made him a quarterback?
Some shit. Would you put Drake May?
Sherman was
You put Drake May on the Titans right now, or in a team like the Titans. You put Drake May in fucking Arrowhead. I'm not Arrowhead.
Atlanta?
MetLife with the Giants
Or the Jets.
Or the Jets. You put him in.
Both of them motherfuckers need one.
You can put him too.
I think my hot take is there at any given time in the NFL, there's only like 11 actual capable starting NFL quarterbacks. Like, there's 32 guys who have to play the position for sure. But there's only like 11 that I would actually be like, oh yeah, I would want them to suit up for my team.
If we had more than 12 teams in our fantasy league, I would not be in it.
Like, a guy like Riddler is a perfect example. I don't think Riddler is good, but I don't think he's bad.
Riddler?
I just think he's there. I just think he's a guy who plays quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's just in the NFL.
They need quarterbacks on teams.
He's not good.
He's not.
I didn't say he was good. I said he's bad. He's just there. Like I just saw.
Well, he's bad.
But is that on the GM?
But I just saw him throw for 300 yards, and he's 3 and like you know what I'm saying. Like
How many interceptions?
how many did he throw versus
3, my nigga. 3, bro.
I didn't
Like, that was bad, bro.
Yeah.
Very bad ints.
Oh well.
Daniel Jones has a starting job.
Daniel Jones stinks as well. Giants are dumb,
Here's my
bro.
thing about.
Literally just said, nigga, 10 to 12. Nigga.
That's what I'm saying. But here's my thing about like throwing interceptions. Like
the top 15.
Ritter, I don't think he's good. Like I've seen enough
He's
for him.
a quarterback.
But the fact that he had like 3 interceptions in one game to me is not just for me is not enough because I've seen him win games and I've seen him have games with like 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
That's Desmond Ritter.
So if he has a game with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, am I allowed to be like, look, he's good? No,
Yes.
because that wouldn't prove he's good. Just like I don't think like I agree that I probably would if I had good or bad, I'd say
He's
bad.
bad.
But he helps the team win games.
Thank you, James.
He helps the teams win games.
I don't think he does.
So far, what's the record?
3
This year,
3-2.
3-2 or 3-3, right?
3-3. This is week 7. Yeah, 3-3.
So they're 500.
They haven't had a bye yet?
No.
So they're 500.
I would attribute their wins not to him. I would attribute
But that's the thing, though. Like,
to his defense.
That's the thing about
and Bijan
about
Robinson.
football in particular with wins and.
Yeah,
You're
supposed to, but no.
Then it's a team stat.
No.
You're trying to diminish the
No,
nigga.
no.
Like Justin Herbert is, I think, 26 or 28 on his career.
He's a Charger.
And but that's you can't do. See, that's the thing. You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You can't. You can't because if he never gets to an AFC title game, I don't want to. Exactly. If he never gets to an AFC title game, I don't want to hear he's a Charger because Phillip Rivers got to an AFC title game.
Okay.
So then you can't.
What is this year? What year did Phillip do it then?
That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
What was his first year?
If he never, no. See, you keep saying. My point is, if he never gets, I don't want to hear because I've seen someone who's a Charger. That's what I'm saying. If you're good, you're good. I heard that about Cincinnati my whole fucking life.
3-3.
I've heard that about Cincinnati my whole fucking life. And then what happened? Joe Burrow won there. They've been in an AFC title game and a Super Bowl. Cincinnati ain't never win nothing. They order is cheap. He don't pay for nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Joe Burrow got there, injured first year, Super Bowl next year, AFC title game next year. Because he's him. Certain guys get the job done. Certain guys do not. It is what it is. It is what it is. And like maybe Justin Herbert is a guy who just can't get the job done.
Nigga Tim Couch, man.
Maybe he can, because my thing about it is that, like, yo, when you have a chance to win games and you lose them, that has to say something about the quarterback. Justin Herbert has had many a games in the fourth quarter where he has been the reason why they lost. I remember sitting here last year being like, I watched him versus the Washington Commanders throw that interception on the out route in the fourth quarter and losing. No, Justin Herbert's still good. And this one I was a hater. Now he's on my fantasy team.
Right?
Now he's on. I forgot who he threw it when the Commanders.
Right side.
Who's right side?
Keenan.
In Landover.
But you know what
Early. It was week 1, I think.
So you get my point. My point is that, like, I can't. How do we?
He's my quarterback.
How do we decipher this?
I'm good off this nigga, bro.
How do we decipher this?
Super good off him.
Because if he would have thrown a touchdown and won that game, everyone would be telling me about how he's clutch in the fourth quarter. You need a guy to win like that. But when he throws interceptions and they lose, it's, well, his coach is stupid. Well, it's the Chargers. What do you expect? So why you keep throwing these interceptions then? If you don't throw these interceptions, then we don't have we don't have a reason to blame you. Herbert keeps giving us a reason to blame. He was up 29-0 in a playoff game and end up losing it. If Lamar Jackson does this, you guys are telling me how he's a bum and how he's a running back and all this other shit.
Lamar in hell or not?
Yeah.
Lamar should have had like 500 passing yards one game, and niggas can't catch the ball.
He's been in here
For years.
Like, that's the thing about Lamar. Lamar be quarterbacking.
He got drafted to hell.
Lamar be quarterbacking, and niggas do not be helping him. So I can't call the Ravens situation until
I love Lamar though, because he don't bam out on his
the Ravens decided that their star wide receiver was going to be a nigga who hadn't played football in a year. And they gave that nigga $15 million.
OBJ has been absolutely.
And I don't think it's because
He caught a slant last week. It was fire.
for 32 yards. He
fire.
had 2 catches for 44.
That was fire. That was fire.
That's fire.
What was the fantasy points?
I don't know. I don't care. Not my
2
guy.
catches, 44 yards.
Not my guy.
Catches 44.
6.
4.4 points?
6.
4.6 points?
6.8.
How many
5.4.
6. Oh yeah, we are in half point PPR.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we're in a
5.4.
PPR. We're in a real PPR league, my nigga.
Like, listen, I like the rest. I like them the rest, but
You may get your ass 12.
ooh, he walked and run in. Ooh,
That's nasty.
That's nasty.
Very nice.
A lot of sport.
Tuesday, NBA starts. You guys looking forward to it?
Very excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, holla at me in February. But Lays are back, so.
But laser, man.
November 15th.
Jordan Poole over.
Luca, I'll see you, sir.
Yeah, Jordan Poole 30 piece, first game. Let's get it. Baseball, we're in the conference series.
This is actually entertaining. Can't lie.
Buddy, I don't know why you don't like baseball.
Bro, I
Baseball
don't got
lit.
time for it.
Watching the baseball playoffs.
Baseball is lit, especially
Baseball playoffs definitely fire.
When you,
Can't lie.
especially
But my
baseball,
team is also
not
in
gonna
it
lie,
this year.
hockey
though.
playoffs,
Hockey playoffs.
super lit. But
Hockey might be the best
baseball is
playoffs
lit.
to me.
But all sports are lit when you're gambling on them. That's first and foremost.
Huh?
I wouldn't know.
Secondly, agree. Secondly, baseball is lit in the
I
postseason.
like how we did that.
I would argue because
It's very wild.
the stakes are so much more higher for
Except for
everything.
tomorrow. It's all good.
Like you like every pitch, every hit seems like it matters a bit more.
I can stamp. Like, you can watch a baseball game all season. It doesn't feel as live as this. Like, everything feels intense in this show. And that's why I can fuck with it. I can't do that shit.
But that's why I keep telling people why football is the ultimate, is the best sport in this country.
Everything is great,
because
bro.
every
It don't even matter how shitty the game is. Like,
is life
shit is
or
lit.
death.
Yeah.
NBA starts on Tuesday. I promise you. I don't care.
I'm just watching niggas play basketball.
I'm literally looking for niggas to hit their numbers and my props.
We're here for lays.
That's what we're doing it for. Up until
February.
Up until February. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with the NBA. I'm like, oh, I kind of hope that Oh, I kind of hope they do that thing. Like, the first good NBA game is on Christmas most days.
Bro, what do you mean? Oh, you talking about intensity or just like a good game?
First of all,
I feel like, what is it, Suns, Warriors, or some shit?
Games all throughout the NBA, just like in the NFL, be having good games. But if you have a good game at 1 p.m. between the Dolphins and the Texans, that's not on prime time.
Dolphins versus the Patriots.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
thought that was gonna be a good game. That's a divisional game.
Prime example
and
was
now you mad as
Thursday
shit.
night, Jags versus Saints.
Nigga.
That game was mad.
I'm trash.
Man.
To the fourth.
And Charles Matt is very
but you were in it the whole time because no one pulled away. And that's the thing about football. Even when football is played bad, as long as it's played close,
niggas are quiet.
Niggas is waiting. Niggas is waiting for that jump to happen.
You can wait. If a basketball game is played bad, even if it's close, you know it's bad football. You know it's bad basketball.
I'm not watching.
Like, we know bad football too. Don't get it twisted. Endless flags, turnovers. But that's the thing about basketball. That's the thing about football. A turnover can be an exciting play.
It's tiring.
An interception, a fumble. These can be when Christian Kirk fumbled early in the game.
These niggas going out of bounds.
That's something that elevates the game.
Niggas falling on the floor.
Niggas be fouling each other, stopping the pace of play just for some 6'8" nigga to miss 4 free throws in a row. Like, what the fuck we doing this for?
At 10:30, so I'm trying to go sleep, nigga. I thought this shit was about to be lit.
It's 148.
You hear me?
He's still going.
You hear me?
Fuck.
Listen. That was baseball's issue.
That clock.
Not the pitch clock. All the regular season games, bro. What? Listen, I've been betting on baseball all fucking summer because I can go in, watch some shit. All you gotta do is I don't even have to watch a full game of baseball. I can watch a starting pitcher, and if he's dealing,
baseball has become a box score sport.
Well, for me, it's just a what do I see? So if I have, if I have a starting pitcher,
it's been very hard to do like for like recreational fans in baseball to do like look at the box score and be like, oh, okay. You got to be very analytical if you would watch it before and be like, oh, okay, this is why this happened. You know what I'm saying?
The starting pitcher of baseball
now is just like, oh, these niggas win, these niggas lose.
Yeah, the starting pitcher of baseball is not going 7-8 innings anymore.
Yeah, like that's
4 or 5. Get to your bullpen. If I'm betting
6.5 at the most,
and I got you for, let's say I got you for 2-3 Ks or 4 or 5 Ks. If I watched the first 3 innings and they pulled you, I'm out. If you're dealing and you got 4 Ks, I need 5. I'm living on every fucking pitch. If I need a home run, bro, this shit happened to me. I will never forget this big. I picked Shohei for a homer one time. I'm watching this game. We get to the 5th inning.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck it. He ain't hit one. He done had 2 at bats. I'm like, fuck it. He ain't get it. I cash out.
He ain't get no
Comes up in the 8th. Hits a homer. I'm like, oh, why did I cash out? Right. Bro, that's why we're doing this. I don't know about basketball. Like, bro, it's gonna be lit. The 3-point ladders will be lit. LeBron James assist ladders will be lit. There will be some lit things going on. But overall,
can't wait.
Overall, I'm not. I don't know if I see myself being like, all right, yeah, this is it. Like, basketball season's here and we're all in. Just don't know if that's it. I just don't know if that's it.
Yeah, I got enough of basketball. Let's have parlays. It should be beautiful though.
Call at me. Also, only thing I do want to see is I want to see this in-season tournament. Like, what the fuck
I
is that?
want to see that too.
What the fuck does that look like?
What does that mean?
What? Show me what that means.
I think Chris Paul talking stamping it. The Warriors will win that season tournament. Nigga, that's your trophy?
Yeah, I didn't really know what the fuck that
Like,
shit
that's
was.
your chip? Like, get the fuck out of here, boy. That's not
I was
what
looking
we
at
do.
prices the other day.
For what?
The tournament.
In DC?
No, nigga, it's in Vegas.
Oh, what's the price?
A lot.
I could just be in Vegas. I don't need to go.
So it's like $1,300 for the whole tournament.
I don't need to go to that.
Just the package. That's without the room, without a flight.
I don't need that.
You add a room.
For the games?
Yeah.
How many games?
I have no idea how much. I feel like it's
You know
only
what I'm
3
saying?
days.
All the games?
I think it's only 3 days. Right? I think it's like the 9th through the 11th or some
And you
dumb
said
ass
that's
shit.
no game. 1,300 no game.
1,300 games.
1,300 ain't game?
You get like a little club access zone. It's like you get a couple access zones, but they add in the room. They add in the room. Once you add the room in, that bitch
Oh yeah, I ain't
$2,800.
got that.
And this is no flight included.
I don't got that.
So I was just like, that's nuts.
I ain't got that.
Can't do it for the inaugural jump. Catch me in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Let the ticket price go. I'm gonna get on SeatGeek, get me one
Hey.
entrance.
You never know. We might be partners with the NBA in a couple
I
years.
can love that. You know what I'm saying? Give me an in for the 200.
You never know. No, for the free.
You know, I got the room plugged. So, you know.
You gotta fly us out, baby. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna put it, hey,
I'm serious.
you gotta put us in there, son. You gotta fly us out.
Y'all got anything else?
I need some. Hey,
We're gonna cover all the sports.
Shout out to the
ain't y'all
Aces.
paying for food?
Shout out to the Aces.
That's rude. Also, I'm not gonna lie. I have nothing for the WNBA shows because they're always upset.
WNBA Twitter, y'all gotta relax. Women, y'all have to relax. But we fuck with y'all.
No. Here's my issue.
I love y'all.
I think my biggest
Who's
issue,
upset?
Bro, the women are just crazy, bro.
bro, like
And I don't even mean to say it like
Excuse
that.
me, I don't really be on the internet these days.
I don't either, but I
Here's
see
the thing.
WNBA
So,
rhetoric, and they're just
Twitter-
pissed about anything,
WNBA Twitter is always upset.
everything, any little thing, bro.
They're
Like,
always
Come on now.
bro, the MVP snubs,
Asia should have been MVP though.
Fine.
first team snubs, second
happened to the
team
NBA?
snubs.
Like I'm so happy that all of this is
Media
transpiring to-
things
No,
didn't
no, to the other
happen.
sport.
But here's the
These people didn't happen. People didn't show up
That's
to
why you
meet.
tweeted what you tweeted about the WNBA.
Bro, they be
In
mad
the
about
last
anything, bro.
Everything is personal. Like
Okay.
instead
They
of
use this picture instead of this picture.
Like, bro,
It's
like,
a race
they were-
war
they
in
were
that
all
joint.
women,
they were
No, it's just
No.
no. But it was like that at the end of the day.
they was
Like I feel their gripes, but
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
like you gotta
the
relax.
joint that killed me the most was when they was like the joint that I think that killed me the most when they was like they didn't like that they were showing the Chelsea Gray injury.
And it's just like, bro, what are we saying? We just watched Aaron Rodgers die on Monday night.
Like-
Took this man, carted
and
off.
they weren't even
You
talking
see a
about the
cart
injury.
every
You know what I
day.
mean?
And they weren't even mad about the
Every
injuries.
day,
They were
bro.
mad about them showing her like going to the locker room. No one.
You know how many
we don't-
locker room
we don't
angles
ever
we
say
got?
face out. We don't show injuries no more. Like that's not a thing we do. Like we don't like if the injury is egregious, they won't show. Production, media.
No, like the bad injuries, for
you know,
sure.
Like, if like Aaron Rodgers, they didn't actually show.
They showed it.
Oh, who was
Nick Chubb is who they ain't show
we
for
go.
real.
Okay.
But like some chill shit, like an
They
ankle.
show the initial one for the year,
Yeah.
but after that they don't show.
But she didn't do
more.
nothing crazy. She just landed.
She landed back.
And they were like, oh, they shouldn't have showed it. They showed her walking to the locker room,
Should've walked to the
bro.
locker.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? We see niggas get carted off all the time, bro. And y'all saying, y'all wouldn't show this or
literally
that.
saw
We
a
would.
nigga- They stopped.
We
playing.
did.
A nigga denied the cart, walked to the blue tent, and waited for the cart to come.
We saw a nigga
the
die.
sideline.
We saw a nigga die.
Hey, bro, I ain't one about.
We saw a nigga die, and we had all the coverage on all that. Like, what we talking about, bro?
So
You
yeah.
shouldn't be on the NFL team.
Shout
but that's another
out to
topic.
the Aces, man. I mean, they won.
Yeah, shout out to the Aces. Couldn't have the Liberty winner. I said it all year.
Yeah,
Stink.
He was banging the Aces.
He was gonna
Not
get
good,
smacked.
bro.
They were gonna get
Sabrina's
smacked.
Not good.
Apparently, she was hurt.
The Aces were what we thought the Warriors were. The unstoppable
They went
team
crazy.
with all the.
They probably
I
go.
think they gonna win 4 like the Comets.
I think they can go 3.
I think they gonna 5.
I don't think they do that.
Shit, me.
I don't think they do that. I think
I think they get 4 though.
I think they go 3.
I think they go 4.
Expansion's coming. their whole
2 expansion teams.
possibly.
The second one hasn't been announced, but the first one has. The second one is stamped.
It's about when though.
Second one is stamped. When's the second one gonna be though, Chuck?
I don't know.
They have no idea.
Oh, so only
I heard the rumor. I heard the rumor. I heard was Toronto.
That'd be sexy. That'd be sexy. And they get the first 2 picks in the draft too.
Well, they're gonna do a supplemental.
Yeah,
Probably.
we're gonna be done.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, but man, that was it. Free Palestine.
Welcome back.
Drake album.
High code.
Shouldn't be about maturity for you.
High codes, not high thoughts.
Keep doing your thing. Just change that.
You want to send me a link on that?
Straps. Versus. What were they talking about?
Oh, Straps versus Gay Son.
No, I thought they was talking about trainers.
No, it was Gay
God
Son.
bless y'all.
It was Gay Son versus.
LGBT plus.
This is gonna be mad late when this comes out. He's gone anyway. Past the aux tomorrow, Prima Lounge. Thank y'all for having us. Because we'll be there tomorrow, but this is gonna come out next week. But thank y'all for having us. Prima, Grizzly, Lumiday. Appreciate it, man.
Real PG and shit. Oh.